Hey, we got to get into this right here, brother. We got to find out what's going on. What's up with you, man? Rest in peace to Jesse Jackson. Rest in peace to your brother. They got screwed over. If you would have been a prayer, I'm gonna do what Trent Lott did with Strom Thurmond. What Trent Lott told him, and had you been elected, this country wouldn't be having the problems. And I say the same thing for Jesse. If they would have Democratic Party would have went with Jesse Jackson as the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, and Jesse would have won. Jesse would have beat out who was that? Who did the guy? Oh man, no, hold on. Let me see this. Hold on. I gotta go back because I got a real good point on this. Dukakis, Michael. There he is, Michael Dukakis. Challenged who for president? Michael Dukakis is still alive. He's 92 years old. Who did he challenge for president? Damn. I hate when this thing won't tell me what I'm looking for, man. Okay, who did he challenge for president? Because it's gonna make a good point. All right, I'm waiting on this. Come on. 1988. He went against who? Just tell me who did he go against? He ran for president in 80, what, in 92 too? Okay. And believe it or not, the page doesn't tell me. Versus who? All I need to know is who it was. Democratic Vice President George Bush. Michael Dukakis lost 1988 to George Bush. Had Michael won, there would probably never been a Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas was nominated by George W. Bush. That's where he came from, George W. Bush. Had that been Jesse Jackson versus George W. Bush, he would have defeated George W. Bush. We would have had our first foundational black American president, Jesse Jackson, the very first one. He was unable to make it through. He wasn't nominated. Lies were told, things were said about him. But in the meantime, President Trump. Back in the day, you're talking about 88. So you're looking at 84. Yeah, between 84, around that time, that's when Donald Trump was coming up. Donald Trump started hanging out with Tyson. Donald Trump started going to the parties. Donald Trump was with Jesse Jackson. Donald Trump was backing his campaign. Now, Donald Trump was not publicly going places saying, I endorse. No, he was helping him in the sense with properties and communications. He was able to contact people, get them back to Jesse. Jesse was able to do what he needed to do. So he helped to some degree with that campaign. He also was going to campaign parties. He was taking pictures. He got a picture with Muhammad Ali. There's a picture with Herschel Walker. There's a picture with a lot of people at the time, black people, and Donald Trump was amongst them. It was nothing abnormal to see Donald Trump in a majority black room. That was not really what politicians did, or that not really what people did. I mean, it might be Jesse Jackson and the majority of the people are white, but it just wasn't normal. I'm saying Donald, I don't say he didn't break any barriers. I'm just saying he felt comfortable around. We were all rich too, but he felt comfortable around those people, and you can see that. And a lot of rappers dedicated music to that. And back in the day, that was a while ago, 88. You can make a case that he's a different man now. But back in the day, Donald Trump and Jesse Jackson, they were friends and relatively around the same age. Both of them were married. Who knows? I don't know. I know Jesse would later on go home, get in trouble because he slept with another woman in his marriage. For all we know, we don't know what they were. There was two young men running the streets. I don't know what they were doing. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm sort of troubled. I'm sort of troubled. I'm sort of troubled that he didn't go to his funeral. He didn't attend his funeral. Now, obviously, a lot of people that Jesse were fond of and the politicians were going to be there. And they were going to be there, and they came. The Clintons came. Obamas came. Well, I think Obama, I don't know if Michelle came, but the Clintons came. Obama came. Biden was there with his wife. Kamala Harris was there. The governor of Chicago, of Illinois, was there. And there were others. There were others all peppered throughout that crowd. And I don't care what you tell me, man. Okay, Donald Trump, okay, you weren't going to get a whole lot of compliments. They would have gave you an opportunity to speak. That's your friend. You could have got up on stage and talked about the days you and your friend were out just living. It was a part of your experience. You didn't go, man. You didn't go, and you're wrong for that. You didn't go. And the guy said a den of goblins. That, you know what? That's nonsense, man. That's a funeral. You ever been to a funeral that you don't necessarily get along with the others, but you care about the person who's passed? You ever been to one of those? That's called life. Keep growing. Keep living. You're going to find yourself out there like that. So Donald Trump, in my opinion, he was afraid of the criticism. We see this war. We know about the man in Minnesota, the woman in Minnesota. We know about all of these problems. His friend passes away. There's Obama. He doesn't want Obama to embarrass him. He doesn't want to be sitting in those pews when Obama starts French frying him. He don't want Obama to talk down. He's got to take it, man. You got to be a man about it. Joe Biden's finna get up. Joe Biden's going to be next up. Here comes Kamala. Donald Trump was afraid, man. He was afraid. He didn't want to take the heat. He was afraid to stand in the wind. He didn't want to stand up there and do it. Isn't that something? Now this is the Donald Trump. This is the tough guy president. He's afraid to go to his friend's funeral and pay respects because he's afraid they're going to hurt his little feelings. Oh, they're going to say mean things about you, Donald. Oh, what are they going to say? That's going to hurt your... Oh, Donald Trump. Thank you. Donald Trump is flat out wrong. Thank you, sir. Flat out, Donald Trump was wrong. He was disrespectful. And also he didn't carry the American torch. He could have they let him speak. He could have stood on that stage and justified and talked about all of the things he had done. He could have. He chose not to. Get it out of here. And the black community, you got to represent everybody, Donald Trump. What about the black community? Many black people. There was church in there. There was dancing in there. There was church. There was praising the Lord. I saw you in, they were putting your hands on you in the Oval Office. There was a church. You could have went to a church. You could have had a prayer. You could have got up and led a prayer. But you were afraid to go in there. You were afraid of it. You were afraid of those people, what they were going to say. And you stayed away and you missed your friend's funeral. And you're going to pay for that, brother. You're going to pay for that. That's unacceptable. You can't run out there and do that. He said, "Where are the Democrats at the State of the Union?" You compare that to a funeral. You guys really make some real sloppy comparisons. A funeral, your friend, somebody you knew, you got memories. You got memories nobody knows about. You remind people of the good times. It's a funeral. It's a celebration of that person. And if Obama and Bill and Joe, if they want to take the down, if they want to come in and start saying stuff about you, man, you got to be a man. You got to take it. But you stand up and you share your moments with his family. You let him know that he'll be missed. And that's called respect. Have respect for the dead. And get out of your feelings, man. This is what we're talking about over here, man. Get out of your feelings. What are you so afraid of? What's going on with you? Why won't you go? Yeah, and somebody said Trump's a super racist. Why don't you go and pay respect to your good friend, Jesse Jackson? Those are the days. We got the pictures. Back in the day, you were with Jesse. You was one of the people. You were one of the people, Donald, back in the day. You were different. You was cut a different kind of way. You was a cool guy. Donald Trump was cool. Donald Trump was like Howard Stern before Howard Stern. Donald Trump would go on the, I think he went on the Arsenio Hall show. Donald Trump had no problem hanging out with the blacks. He had no problem with that. Now, all of a sudden, we turn the clock forward. He's afraid to go to the man's funeral because he's going to get criticized. Isn't that something, man? You got to be a big boy. You got to put your big boy pants on, Trump. You're afraid of Kamala Harris. You're afraid of what Kamala going to say about you. You afraid of Kamala Harris, your opponent? She gonna get on you. What she's gonna do? She's gonna get on the podium and then disrespect the ceremony. You got to take it like a man. Stand on it. 3 presidents were there. You wasn't there. Why? You knew him. You knew him. I don't know about Joe Biden. Well, I don't know about Bill Clinton. I don't know how much I don't know. I think he knew him the most. I think Jesse knew Donald the most. He also knew Donald when Jesse knew Donald when Donald was a young man. I mean, he knew Jesse when Jesse was a young man. Donald was a young man. That was more of a real friendship. When you say, how much did he know Joe Biden? How much did he know Bill Clinton? Probably not much. It was more of a necessary thing in the sense. Obama, probably not much at all. It probably was because of it was a political photo op. But they knew each other. These 2 guys, they hung out together. They had dinner together. They had lunch together. They went places together, both of these guys. It was common knowledge that Donald Trump was one of the people. He was, back in the day, Donald Trump was different. We turned the clock forward. We turned the clock forward, and now, what do we see? What do we see? We had an opportunity to see a president give his respects to a black man who was running for office, pay respects to that black man in front of this world, this country. We need to come together. We got to come together. We got to get away from being apart. This was an opportunity of a lifetime, and it was squandered over something about somebody's feelings. Oh, they're going to hurt my feelings. They're not going to praise me. They're going to not talk about I'm the greatest, mostest, bestest president ever. They're not going to show a video of me flying around in an Iron Man suit. Oh, they're going to criticize me, and the man didn't come, man. The man didn't come, and I'm hurt. I'm hurt, but I'm ashamed because I was one of the people who was touting Donald Trump. I was one of the main people back in the day bragging on him. I was the main people talking about, hey, this guy, he's good people. He said he was a Democrat back in the day. Okay. Well, he was a Democrat. His friend has passed away. What's he going to do now? Is he going to ignore the man's funeral? Is that what we do? Is that what we do? You ignore the man's funeral. You're the president of the United States. Bring your Secret Service. Take it like a man. So what? They say some things that you don't necessarily agree with. Take it like a man. That's how you do it. You get up and you say your piece. In fact, you brave the criticism to say your piece. I don't care what you say about me. I'm here to pay respect to my good friend. In fact, I knew him better than you guys. Me and him actually had a relationship. Me and him used to hang out. He used to come by the house. I knew him. You know, Donald Trump said Michael Jackson used to come by the house. When both his kids were little, he knew Michael. He said Mike used to come by the house. Now, that was Donald Trump, but he said, yeah, the kids loved him. He used to come in by. That's what Donald Trump didn't hesitate. He didn't try to reframe it. He said, back in the day, I knew Michael Jackson. The kids loved him. He used to come by the house. He used to play with Eric and Donald. They know him. That's what he said. He didn't say nothing behind it. He didn't pull nothing. That's the Donald Trump I remember. Well, what's going on? You don't want to go to Jesse Jackson's funeral? Why not? Because big old Kamala Harris is there. Mean Obama. Because all of the meanies are there. And mean old Sleepy Joe. Aw, those guys are mean to you. Isn't that something, man? And he didn't go. And this was an opportunity of a lifetime. And this is what we're talking about. Like the stream, man. They had a funeral and they said a lot of things, and they said some things about Trump. Obama did. And I think that people are starting to see that Trump is smoke and mirrors because he's afraid of a little criticism. Why are you afraid of criticism, Donald Trump? What's going on? Now, Trump, you decided to get into a war. This is a big deal. Pull on up, man. Take a seat, man. We finna get into this. Trump, you decided to get into this war. Now, this is going to be a bigger deal. This ain't Sleepy Joe. This ain't Obama get a gay friend. This ain't Kamala Harris. This is, you're going to be going against some real foes. It's going to matter over here. And many people believe that back in the day, I'm not neither. That's what I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I don't have a dog in this fight. He said, I'm confused. You supporting or against? I'm not against him. I'm not for him. I'm trying to stalk the facts. He didn't go to the man's funeral. How do you explain that? What are you talking about? He didn't attend the man's funeral. You don't understand what that means? That was your friend. We saw you guys back in the day. His son saw Donald Trump coming by the house, hanging out with his father. They were friends. The man's passed away. Come pay your respect, Donald Trump. Don't you get it? You clowns are like that. You saying, are you supporting? You guys blindly support him. You don't care what he do. You're going to support him. When he's wrong, I call him out. When he's right, I praise him. He was wrong not to go to the funeral. I don't give a damn about no Joe Biden and Obama. Okay, they're going to say what they got to say. But you're there to pay homage to your friend. Get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings. That was cowardly. That was a cowardly thing to do. It's unforgivable. I cannot believe, and some of the guys in the chat, the fact that you guys don't see it, I don't know what to tell you, man. That was a cowardly thing to do. Get out of your feelings. Show respect to Jesse, your friend. You knew him better than most. I'm looking at all the guys there. You knew him. You went to dinner with him. You went by his house. You know Jesse Jackson Jr. You know them. When you was a businessman and coming up, you know these people. Why didn't you go and show some respect? Because you're afraid they're going to say some mean things to you. They're going to hurt your widow feelings. Oh, they might hurt your widow feelings. He needs to go to the funeral. He was wrong for that. And I'm ashamed of the guys in the chat box. You grown-ass men, you know that man was wrong. That was his friend. That was a person that he hung out with. That was a person he went to dinner with. That was a person he got on airplanes with. That was a person that he came on the campaign trail with. That was a person he picked up the phone and introduced people to with. That was a guy that was a major part of him coming up. And I'm ashamed that he wouldn't want to go to that man's funeral and pay respect. I'm ashamed of that. You're right. It was 30 years ago, but that still was his friend. And there's been no bad blood between them. Jesse Jackson never said nothing about no Donald Trump. And it's sad that we're so politically divided. We're in the midst of a war. Did you guys forget that? We got to be one now. Now's the time to unite. Now is the time to unite. We have to be one now. We have to be one. Jesse Jackson is passed away. Rest in peace. But we got to come together. We don't have time. No time. We truly have to be America first now. Not next week, not after the war. We got to do it now. Idaho, Wyoming, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, one. Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, one. North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New York, Maine, one. New York, Indiana, Ohio, Missouri, Texas. We are one. We are one. Trump should have went to his funeral. We are one. We're not here to be divided. There should be no excuses. We're not here to be divided. We have to unite. We're in the midst of a war. We have dead American sailors, dead American soldiers being flown back. And we're going to see that today. Trump's going to be at a ceremony. And he's going to meet the families. And he's going to meet the dead. We have to be one. We don't have time to be divided. We don't have time for that. We have to come together. No more foolishness. Now is the time. Because Obama was going to say some mean things, hurt your widow feelings. They're going to hurt my widow feelings. What kind of man is that? Hold up, let me get this right here. She said, Jesse Jackson was an iconic human. Donald J. Trump did more to attend sports events where he wasn't born. Okay, that's from Phoenix is hot. Okay, Phoenix, if you say so. He could have sent JD down there. He could have said J.D. Vance. We have to be one now. We got to move on. We got to get away from the partisan politics. Because of partisan politics, Jesse Jackson did not get the proper acknowledgement and honor that he deserved. He deserved it. He knew Trump before Trump ever came. He was running for president before Trump. He knew Trump before. Trump saw that. Trump got to witness a campaign. And that's an honor. Trump should have came and showed respect. It was disrespectful for him not to come and give Trump his just due. He was scared. He was shook. He was shook. Ain't that something? Doesn't that go against this image that he's some type of masculine, tough guy? He's shook over who? Kamala Harris? Having 3 minutes to speak? You shook over that? So Obama's going to say some stuff about you? You mean these multimillionaires you're afraid to sit in a black church and honor your dead friend? You could have got up there and told those pictures. You could have showed those pictures off to the world, what it was like back in the day. You could talk about the flack you got for supporting the black man. You could have assured the blacks that this war, you will not be forgotten. Your needs, your concerns will be met. You could have got up there and got political, but you were afraid. You were afraid to go out here and do what we need you. We need you to do this, Trump. We're in the midst of a war. You got to lead us, Trump. Where you at? Where you at, Trump? The Iranians, they can smell fear, Trump. I see Putin, your friend Putin done joined the war, Trump. He's bringing weapons over there, Trump. Putin, the dude that you know, the guy that you cool with. He done jumped in the middle of this, Trump. I thought y'all was Gucci. I thought that was your boy. I thought that was your mans. I thought you was telling us we was wrong. Putin, man, now y'all wrong about Putin. Y'all wrong, Putin. No, man, Putin down. No, I say he done took a whole bucket of weapons over there to Iran. And he floating his ships and he's saying, yo, do something. They know what they're doing. They're going in a war zone. They're going in a firing zone with their ships, daring you to touch their shit. Hey, Trump. Hey, Trump. We over here, Trump. Where you at, though? Where you at, though? What we gonna do, man? We got to come together, all of this partnership. That's over with, man. We got to stop. Well, you know what? It's working on you, clown. Some of these guys, man, Trump, some of your supporters, you want to talk about low IQ, bro. It's working, fool. You responding. You talking about stupid and low IQ. Some of your supporters, Trump, God, good Lord. The things they say in the chat box. And these are the same guys, Trump, these were the type of whites who didn't like you hanging out with Jesse. They like this new version of yourself, but they didn't like you back then. They didn't like you hanging out with a black man. You know, I cannot condone adultery or a man cheating on his wife, but you do have to wonder, two men back in the 80s, both of them married, out doing what they do. And that's the Donald Trump I remember. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson. You guys talking about somebody else. That was a different man. Do you have any pictures of Jesse Jackson with Epstein? No. We talking about what he did with his friend. That's Trump thing. That's another podcast. Trump was afraid. Trump showed fear. Let me tell you something. The thing about fear and afraid, that tells people things. If you think the Iranians don't know he was afraid to go to his own friend's funeral, they're going to say this guy's just bluffing. He's not going to do anything. And okay, what do you think they should do right now, Platinum? Pull out? Pull out of this mess. We don't need to be over there. Bring them all home. Bring the soldiers home, Trump. Trump, you got to pull out of this, Trump. You got to let Netanyahu finish this. You got to let him finish this. That's between him and them. You got to pull out of here. Pull all the ships back. Pull all the American personnel back. We don't need to be over there. We got problems right here on the domestically we need to solve. You say you want to get the immigrants out. Okay, come on home. We got to get them out. Come on, we got a job to do here. We don't have time for this. They're not going to surrender because they know you want a surrender. You're already handing out peace feelers. You're the tough guy and you're walking around begging them to quit. That's a peace feeler. I saw Trump getting on the airplane. He had a peace feeler. He had it in his notebook. Yeah, that's not very masculine. That's not very tough to have a peace feeler. Trump, you wrong. You wrong is all outdoors. If I'm the only one, I'll be the only one. You was wrong, brother. That was your boy. That was back in the day. That was in the 80s. That was your boy. You proud. Look at that picture you took. You was proud, Trump. Back when you was a masculine dude back then, Trump, that y'all was probably at the ladies. Both of y'all had kids, both of y'all was married, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that. You could have came to them and told them about the fun y'all had, the things y'all did together, getting on planes with him, going to dinner with him, hanging out with Jesse, your friend, going to churches with Jesse, helping Jesse get deals done back in the day, Mr. Trump. Getting embraced by the hip-hop community, rap songs being made about you. Going on MTV. What the hell is he doing? This is a businessman. What the hell is Donald Trump doing? He's on MTV. He was one of us. He was one of the youth. Back in the day, you was the cool kid, Trump. You was the cool white man we wanted to move next door to us. The guy with the Corvette, the guy with the beautiful women. You was that dude back in the day, Trump. What has happened? We have nothing to fear but fear itself, brother. You let these people run you up out the paint. And you can't even pay homage to your friend. Because you're afraid they're going to say some mean things about you. They're going to hurt your widow feelings. Oh, how can they say those bad things about you, President Trump? Did he hurt your widow feelings? Aw, it's so bad for you. He was afraid to go. He should have went. Simple as that. It was disrespectful, and it sends the wrong message. We need to unite, not divide. This continues this whole divisive philosophy he has. I'm telling you, he's going to run in problems bringing them bodies home, walking around here being so divisive. I know that's his base. His base wants him to be racist, divisive. His base wants that. That's what his base wants. But he still governs the entire United States. And he's got to preside over these dead bodies, these black women, these black men. What are you going to do then, Mr. Divisive? You got to turn your back on your base. You don't need them. What's up with you, Shaka? Trump was afraid to go to Jesse Jackson's funeral because of a few bad words. Oh, Kamala gonna talk about you. Oh, poor little you. Kamala Harris said she should have been president. Oh, you can't take that. And guess what? You're going to get your 3 minutes, Mr. President. And if you want to go political, you can get political, Mr. President. And guess what? You're still the president. This man doesn't even understand he's the fucking president of the United States. What person would want the president to come to their funeral? They have surviving members. Those are memories you take to your grave. But he's afraid to go because he's going to get a little criticism. Where have we missed this thing? Where are we? Why have we missed the boat? Him and Jesse Jackson were boys. They were boys. They were back listening to Jesse Jackson. What is that? 88? Ooh, I think what Ice Baby? Doom 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 doom. Because they were going to clubs. Don't. If they weren't listening to Ice Baby, they were listening to Under Pressure. David Bowie and was it Mick Jagger? Pressure. They were on MTV. Not together, but they were on MTV. This was back in the day. Donald Trump was the cool neighbor. He was the white guy with the yacht. He was the white guy with the blondes, the pretty blondes in his yard, getting a suntan. He was the cool guy. He was the cool neighbor that you wish you moved next door to you. He was the cool guy, the wealthy guy. That was Donald Trump. You were a black family. He didn't care. He loved you all the same. What happened to you, Donald? You've changed. They got you scared to go to a funeral now? How you gonna beat Ron if you're scared to go to Jesse Jackson, your friend's funeral? Because he said bad things about you? Also, there's a belief there's over 2,000 dead. There's over 2,000 bodies out here. That's what there is a belief about. You see what I'm saying? And then you'll have these fake profiles. And I shouldn't do this. I should not do this, but this fake. I'm going to show you what the world of YouTube. You got a troll with a fake profile. This is probably a fat, 400-pound, racist white dude. He's willing to put a picture up. Jesse Jackson was a pimp and a con man. Well, how was he a pimp? He was a married man. But because he was black, he's a pimp. You see the type of racism we're in the midst of? How are we going to make that? How are we going to make it? We're at war, man. We got to come together. Hey, Mr. Fat Racist Trump. I mean, Mr. Fat Racist Troll. We got to come together, Mr. Troll. Get your oxygen tank. Take an hour to come up them stairs, out that basement. We got to come together. We got to get this racism out of here. He should have went to his funeral. And from listening to some of his supporters, I sort of see why he didn't go. He didn't want to piss off his racist base. He didn't want to piss his racist base off, so he didn't go to this man's funeral. That's what this is about. A lot of the people in the chat, they call Jesse Jackson a pimp. Why? Because he's black. Let me tell you something, Ben. You got to do a little bit more than be black to be a pimp, brother. It's going a little bit more, just a little bit more. This man, I see, thank you, Mr. Fat Troll. Thank you. You know what? You just showed me why Donald Trump didn't want to go to the funeral, because he pissed off his racist base, because he cannot be seen honoring a black man. That's unacceptable. That is a bridge too far. Uh-oh. His base of racist maggots. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't necessarily sound very flattering. And who is he hanging? Okay, let's go with that. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. You know what? Let's go with these two. Check this out. He said Jesse was a hoe. Who was he hanging out with? Why was Trump hanging out with? Oh, was he? So why was Trump hanging out with him? Was he? Are you sure about that? If he was like that? So why was Trump hanging out with him? Okay. Let's go over here. Jesse was an ambulance chaser. I have no idea what that means. He should have paid his respect, but I can see he probably reads the comments when he gets on his Truth Social. He knows he probably tested the water and say, if I go and pay respect to my best friend back in the day, my racist base will turn on me. So he couldn't do it. We talking about the early ages of MTV. We talking about what was those personalities on there? What was it Downtown, Julie Brown? It's a British chick. What was that? What's the dude? Oh man, I forgot those names, man. I could go look them up. That's when I discovered the Ramones, man. MTV introduced me to the Ramones. Never heard of them before. MTV had like 5 videos when they first came up. They played them all in rotation. The Ramones was one of them. They didn't have any videos, man. They had to make the videos. They literally built the plane while they was flying the plane. And then as they became more of a station, they got more content. But I remember they used to play what You Stand By, the Ramones. They used to play that stuff over and over again. And they had the video Killed the Radio Star and all of that. And that was back in the days of Trump's youth. I saw Trump on there. Trump was running around there, but I mean, I didn't think of him, he'd become the president, but they had him on one of those little 15-minute segments. They was out with him. And it was like, we out with Donald Trump, and he's a real estate investor, and he went over like how to start your own real estate firm, and he was talking about it, and it was back in the day, man. And he should have been down at that funeral. That's where he belonged. He belonged at that funeral. That's where he belonged. He belonged with his people. He could have reminisced with some of the kids, Jesse Jackson Jr., his daughter, Jesse Jackson's daughter. He could have reminisced. They said, we remember you, Mr. Trump, when our dad used to come by the house. We would be on the floor watching cartoons. We never knew you'd become such a great man, Donald Trump. But he wouldn't give that to them. He's changed. He's changed, man. The game done changed him up. Like I said, he used to be that cool dude. You know what I'm talking about? That white dude with the pretty, beautiful women, with the Corvette and a yacht. And he wasn't a racist like his base. And he hung out with blacks, and he was cool. He dated black women, and he was cool. And he didn't hate you because of your race. He'd come up to you and say hello. That's what Donald Trump used to be. That was the type of white guy Donald Trump used to be back in the day. Also, yeah, let me give him credit for this. Donald Trump was a white guy. Donald Trump ain't never tried to be no black guy. Donald Trump wasn't trying to put on no fitted cap and no Timbs. Donald Trump was white the entire time, even hanging out with Jesse. Donald Trump was suit and tie. He was a white guy. He wasn't afraid of that. Donald Trump embraced being a white guy. He wasn't ashamed of that. That's the type of white. Donald Trump wasn't no fake dude. Donald Trump was cool. He wasn't no fake dude. Donald Trump was white. He wasn't trying to be black. He wasn't trying to hang out and I'm going to dress up like, no, Donald Trump was white, man. He had no problem with being white. Donald Trump wasn't, I grant you, back then he was not a racist. But Donald Trump also was very comfortable in a room full of white guys. He wasn't trying to prove nothing. And now we turn the clock forward, his friend dies, and he can't go down there because he's afraid. Trump's like on the phone, who else gonna be there? The Obamas gonna be there. Yeah. Kamala Harris gonna be there. Yeah. The Clintons gonna be there. Yeah. What about Biden? What about Sleepy Joe? Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to make it, man. I ain't gonna be Trump said, I ain't gonna be able. Trump said, oh man, I'm booked. Trump said, yeah, I'm booked, man. You know how it is. I got to water while I got things I got to do. Ain't that sad, man? This is the world we live in, from best boys, from buds, from partners to betrayal. How you like that? That's your partner, man. You gonna do your partner like that? You gonna betray his memory? You gonna disrespect your partner like that? You gonna disrespect your partner? You ain't got no love for your partner, man. And what kind of world we live in now? That's your friend, man. Your friend done passed away. What about the good times? Back in the day, man. Yeah, guy in the chat say Trump's a coward. Ain't that something? Say he betrayed him. Yep. Yeah, he was in a wheelchair. Yep. Sort of turned his back on him. Yeah. So you do, but he changed though. Look, let's have some grace for Donald Trump. We remember what he used to be. He was the cool white guy. He was the real life Iron Man, Batman. He was a billionaire playboy. He was the real life character. He wasn't some shit that's made up in Hollywood. He was really living the life. And don't come over here with the Jeremy Epstein. I'm not even, that's something else. But he was really living that life. And look at how over time, man, we change, man. Now he's so ashamed of himself, he's afraid to go to a funeral. He's so embarrassed of what he's become. He looks in the mirror, he hates himself. He's afraid to go to a funeral. Now he's hanging out with real cool guys like Marco Rubio and JD Vance. We know those guys, they reek swag. Those are some cool dudes. Let's not forget about Elon Musk, who's been sued. Sexual harassment. We know those are cool guys. They had church. He said a funeral was 5 hours. That's church. That's called church. You don't know when it's going to end. 5 hours. That wasn't long enough, man. They go to singing in there, praising. You be in there all night. Paid respect to them. Obama was there. Obama was there. Obama was there. Obama was there. I don't even think Michelle was there. I didn't see her, but Obama was there. And Obama, let me tell you something. He put his foot off. He broke his foot off. Obama shined his boots. Obama was there. This deeper than that. You guys are just, I must be talking to a lot of his base because these guys are pretty slow. It's deeper than that, chat box. And I guess a lot of these guys are from Trump. They're Trump's base, and they're stupid. He's got to preside over these bodies being returned, and a lot of them going to be black. That's going to hurt you, right? Because what the hell is he doing honoring black people? Right? Trump was definitely friends with Jesse Jackson. Yes, he was. They hung out together. They weren't more than they were buds. They were buds. They hung out together. They, in my opinion, they chased women. Now I don't condone a married man. They chased women together, in my opinion. In my opinion. He said Democrats never did nothing for black people. So basically what he's saying is that he wants to politicize Jesse Jackson's funeral. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He most certainly did help Jesse Jackson. He wasn't a part of his campaign officially, but he was there. They went to church together. They went. I saw Trump at a rally. I saw him and Trump getting on the plane. I saw Jesse Jackson on BET, and I saw Donald Trump. I wouldn't say it was official, but Donald Trump was on MTV, and basically he was campaigning for Jesse. That's basically what he was doing. They sent Donald over to the white side, and he was campaigning for him. And Jesse was on BET, and you would see them. They would be out and about. So yeah, they were good friends, and which makes me wonder, why didn't you go hang out? Why do you pay respects to your homeboy, man? Why are you doing this? You better than this, Donald Trump. Why are you listening to these bigots and these clown racists who don't want you to respect black people? Why are you listening to them, Donald? Stephen Miller. Why do you have people like that around you? Look at that guy. That's exactly the type of guy who got put in lockers back in the day when he was in high school. Why are you listening to these guys? You're better than that, Donald. I'm ashamed of you, man, because I expected better. I'm disappointed in you, Donald. Donald, if you would have talked to me and you said, Platinum, should I go to this funeral? I mean, I got all these people in there who are going to be mad at me. I say, yes, sir. You do, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. President, you have to go. You don't have a choice, Mr. President. That was your friend. Take your wife, go pay your respect. Take your wife and your son, go pay respect. Let the American people see you just a regular dude. Let them see you in a vulnerable position. You've been, your one of your best friends have been hurt. We're still a family. Let the people see that. So what? Obama gets up there. Who cares? You're going to have 3 minutes. If you want to make your comments political, you can. But he was afraid to go. He was afraid of Obama and Kamala and the Bidens and the Clintons. How are we going to beat the Ayatollah? How are we going to defeat Iran? You're afraid. What are we going to do, man? I'm going to tell everybody in this chat, forget all of the politics and the ridiculous comments. Let's be for real as men and women. There's a few women, but as men, let's be men, man. Hey, man, just think about one of your friends, somebody you care about, cared about you. You care about them, they cared about you back in the days of your youth. They pass away. You ain't necessarily on good terms with others. Are you going to not go down? Are you not going to pay your respects? You don't have to sit with them. You do not have to sit on the front row with them. You can sit there. You believe me, you're the president of the United States. You'll get your proper placement. Look, put a 1 in the chat if you would not have attended the funeral. If you would not have attended, put a 1. Because, see, I don't think that what he did was popular. I'm looking at it now. What he did was not popular. Oh, no, Southern Breeze. Southern Breeze said wow. So Southern Breeze, you low-key MAGA over here. I didn't know that. I ain't know that. I didn't know that. Wow. He was wrong, man. Look, you guys keep talking politics. Listen to me, man. I'm gonna say this again. He should have went to the man's funeral. And this is the strange thing. He knew that Donald Trump knew Jesse Jackson better than Joe Biden and his wife, Bill Clinton and his wife, Obama and his wife, and Kamala Harris. He knew him better. He knew him when he was young. He knew him when he was running for office. He did the campaign rallies. He got on the plane with him. He woke up in the hotel with him. You know what I mean by that. They were young people growing. They were going down to this convention. And we got this meeting. They were together. That's when they knew each other, when they were young, back in the day. You damn right he was wrong. Obama didn't know no damn Barack Obama. I mean, Jesse Jackson, my fault. Obama didn't know Jesse Jackson. Bill Clinton was a president. Bill Clinton and Jesse Jackson didn't even get along. That's that whole sister soldier moment. You guys, we going back in there. They didn't even like each other. Bill Clinton don't even mess with Jesse like that. Donald Trump did. I hate to go here, man, because you don't want to use the profanity, but Donald Trump fucked with Jesse. That was his nigga. I hate you, but he's passed away, man. You know, that was his boy. And you wouldn't understand that because you're a racist. You wouldn't understand that. And I don't expect you to understand that. And he was wrong not to go to his funeral. I'll tell him that now. I'll tell Donald Trump's mama he's wrong, man. You wrong not to go there. You know what? If I ever get an opportunity to meet this president, that's all I'm gonna say to him. I'm not gonna talk about no Iran. I'm not gonna talk about no Venezuela. I'm not gonna talk about no DEI. I'm not gonna talk about his administration full of white boys. I'm not gonna talk about none of that. I'm gonna say, man, you wrong, bruh. You wrong not to pay respect to your boy. Back in the day, man, I remember y'all. You wrong, dude. You wrong. Now I don't want to hear it, bro. You wrong. See, they don't want to admit it, but they low-key agree with me. See, the chat, it took you a minute, but you got, because I see you guys agreeing. Now you see, you low-key agree. See, you low-key agree. You just didn't want to hear it. But now you agree with me. Man, you was wrong, man. You know you was wrong. You knew the nigga. All he had to do was say, if he wanted to put Obama in his place, he could have let them say whatever they want to say. He got up. He didn't have to say the N-word, but he could have said, first of all, I'm the only one who knew him. That church would have lost their mind. Everybody I was the only one hanging out with him. Y'all don't even know him. This ain't about me. This is about him. I knew him. I was the only one who knew him. I was with him. I got on the planes. I had the dinners. I was listening to him when he talked to his wife. I know Jesse Jackson Jr. You remember me. The hell wrong with these people coming up here disrespect? But he was scared to do it. He should have done it. That's my president. That's how a president responds. But he was afraid. He missed the moment. He shook. They done went into a run. It ain't ended as soon. That nigga shook. And let me say this, because, you know, you guys, I'm just going to say this for me. This is platinum. He could never say it. I'm a black man. I could say it. I would have told him, I said, hey, I knew the nigga. Don't come up in with that bullshit. I would have told all of them. I told Kamala that. I told Obama. I was told the Clintons. I said, I knew him. Don't, what the fuck? Why y'all get up here and try to talk down on me, man? I knew the nigga. You guys don't go to the black church though, Dave. That's fine. You don't have to. It would have been well received in that church too. Trump don't even know he got power. Trump's so busy messing with his base, his bigoted racist base, that they done made him weak. They've weakened you, brother. They've weakened you, brother. You're not the same dude no more. You used to be used to be Iron Man. I mean you was a billionaire playboy. Hanging out with these losers, these fat, grievance, hating, worthless suckers who would never serve a day in the military, who want to blame black people because they on the bottom, because they got to eat a can of tuna fish, and they don't like to see black folks in Mercedes passing them by. You got in bed with them, brother, and they've weakened you, bro. You ain't the same man no more. You ain't the same man no more, bro. Used to be so much better than that. I'm disappointed in you, Donald. He said, my white ass hasn't ever touched a Mercedes. Meaning what? I agree. I don't think you've ever been on a Mercedes. I don't think you've ever been in a Mercedes. I've been in two. But I'll tell you what I do, white boy. You could come vacuum clean mine out. And I'm going to buy you some Armor All. And you know what? When you get through, I'm going to move it. I'm going to rotate the tire because you got to get that whole tire. You can't get it when it's flat. And I'll give you $2. Ah! Like the stream, man. We'll drop the, and this is what we mean by cowards. We'll drop the join link. If you can control yourself, which you probably can't, which we'll take care of that too. You come up here, man. If you ain't a coward, you probably want to hide in the chat box. You want to be in the rear with the gear. You want to hide in the chat box. You're a chat box gangster. You're a chat box activist. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. You think Jesse Jackson, you think Donald Trump was wrong not to go to the man's funeral? Okay, you was going to endure some criticism. What are you so afraid of, brother? What are you so afraid of? You've changed, brother. You used to be that cool dude. You done changed, brother. You done changed. You ain't that same dude. You used to be that dude back in the day, man. You had the beautiful women. You had the fancy cars. You had the designer shoes. Donald Trump was like a Pat Riley. But he was a cooler Pat Riley. He was one of those types of dudes. He was cooler. The days have changed you though, bro. You couldn't endure, man. Look, we all just humans. I ain't mad at you, Donald. I ain't mad at you, brother. You had to run for president. You had to get your base. You knew, you had to do what you had to do. I ain't mad at you, brother. I hate the fact that you couldn't take a moment, man, and pay some respects to somebody that was down for you, cool with you, somebody who was there back in the day. Both of you guys were just personalities. Nobody knew you guys were. That was your friend, man. That's no Trump. I can't forgive you for that because that was your friend and that was back in the day. You can't be this disrespectful, man. You got to show some love, brother. And I hope you look at this picture, man. Look at yourself, man. You got the turkey neck now. You bald. You patchy. You got needle marks all on your wrist and on your neck. You got the needle mark all on the neck bone. Yeah, you done changed, man. You changed, bro. You different, bro. You just different. You got the needle mark on the top of your hand, on your fist. They got to put they got to drain the blood. They got to put the IV in the fist piece. They got to mount you up, brother. They got to put needles all over you now, man. You different, bro. Used to be cool though. They got to put you in the IV like a fucking phone into the wall. They got to recharge you, brother. Brother. What happened to you, bro? Bro, you tripping, bro. Oh, I do. Okay, hold up. Let me come over here. That thing's still going. Okay, I take it. I take it down. Brother. Okay. No, no, I don't. No, I don't. I do not. I do not, sir. But I appreciate you because I do need to be notified if I got a rogue live stream just running. Here we go. How did I do? Here we go. Yeah, I do need to be notified if I got a rogue live stream. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. What did he say? He said what? Yeah, if you mean that I open too. But as far as like if there's a sometimes YouTube will give you three, man. YouTube, but then again, look at all the people on here. Sometimes it messes up. On that, man, I got to go inside the channel to kill that one. I could do that. That's happened to me. I had three of them. I said, how the hell I get three? It was on there too, man. I said, what the? It wasn't on the front page though, but it was wide open. I said, what? It was just a flaw, man. That's cool. Back in the day, Jesse Jackson and Donald Trump helped change and shape this country into what it's become. Donald Trump used to hang out with Mike Tyson. Donald Trump was damn near the only white man. Donald Trump might have been the only white man in America that was not afraid of Mike Tyson. Now, he wasn't afraid of Mike Tyson. No, no, no. Listen to me. Donald Trump wasn't afraid of Mike Tyson. What I mean, I'm joking, right? But what I mean is he wasn't afraid of him. Seriously, he was. Tyson made him a lot of money, and there is a rumor. Let me put this rumor out. There is a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not, but there is a rumor. Don't hold me to this, right? But for a moment, if we can just pay attention to each other for a moment, there is a rumor that on Trump's yacht, a young Mike Tyson, a newly married damn, what is that woman's name? What is that woman's name? God, Robin Givens, a young Mike Tyson who was boxing at at Donald Trump's casinos. They were making money. There is a rumor that one day Mike bought his wife, his then wife, Robin Givens, aboard Trump's yacht, or his fiance. Mike and Robin, Donald, a couple other people were there. They were walking around the yacht. Donald Trump went up a ramp, disappeared. Mike Tyson, with his curiosity, continued to explore the ship, never being on the ship. He looked around, he didn't see Robin. He continued his journey around the ship, looking at this place and this space and that space. And then after about a good 30 minutes, he wondered, he said, where's Donald and where's my soon-to-be wife? Being young and trusting, Mike looked around, he heard something going on up on board. It was sort of late night. He goes on board. He goes atop the ship. He sees his wife, his former wife, chewing up Donald. Now that's a rumor. I don't know. You got to talk to both of them, but they say, she likes white guys real heavy. They said that was back in the day. And at the time when I first heard it, I didn't believe it. But come on, man. Come on, man. Now that we know, though. Now we know. We didn't know back then. Now we know. Y'all playing with Donald Trump, bro. Donald, why you scared to go to the funeral? Donald Trump ain't afraid of no motherfucking Mike Tyson. Donald Trump's out finna get this, though. He said, hey, Robin. Well, when Mike brings you, Robin, I have a movie proposal I want to talk to you. Wow. Y'all underestimate Donald, bro. Donald is. You changed, Donald. You used to be that dude. You used to be Batman, bro. You used to be that dude. You used to be him. Used to be Bruce Wayne. You done switched up now, man. You went from being Bruce Wayne to fucking Strom Thurmond. What's up with you, JR?
Platter, what the hell you talking about, man? What's going on with you?
How come he didn't go to Jesse Jackson's funeral?
Man, he wasn't stepping in there, man. It would have been a lot of heat, man. He wasn't stepping in there.
He the president. That come with being the president.
I mean, that come with it, man, but he ain't about that, man. It came
a little criticism?
It would have been more than a little. Platt, you know that.
Oh, he could defend himself though, because he did. He knew him better. He knew him better than they did.
I mean, yeah, he had a lot of dealings with Jesse Jackson back in the day for sure. But yeah, at the climate of where the country is right now, man, it's no way he stepped foot in there. No way. No way.
Well, he used to be Bruce Wayne back in the day.
I'll give you that. I mean, shit, he real life Bruce Wayne for real. He was popping his stuff back in the day, you know.
Why did he change though? What happened? To run for president, you got to be a racist.
Nah, I think he figured that was his end, though. You know, he figured it was his end. I mean, Donald Trump been discarded by a lot of people, man, by a lot of rich people as well. You know, he tried to take on the NFL back in the day by starting up his own league. You know, that's a lot of rich, white, old, powerful, you know, conservative men within their own right and things like that. So, you know, he did a few things back in the day. I mean, he also spoke out, you know, vehemently against, you know, black people and the way he treated black people in business dealings and things like that. So he was kind of all over the place.
No, around the 80s. I get that when his dad and stuff back in the day with the and you know, you're talking about what, the 70s? Was that the 70s? The Chicago 5? Is that what it was? The Central Park 5? That was the 70s, right?
Central Park 5. You know, he denied. I'm not gonna say
that was the 70s, right?
I'm not sure that time frame. I don't want to miss.
Okay, he changed up. He was a different man in the 80s, man. No, I follow you, man. I get all of that part, but I'm just saying he wasn't like that in the 80s. He wasn't doing that in the 80s. He was a part of that 80s generation.
Yeah, I mean, he's a shaker and a mover for sure, man. I mean, he got around, he made his rounds and stuff like that. But I mean, we talking about, in my opinion, you know, one of the greatest con men around, man. To me, he's a chameleon. He's gonna fit in where he can get in, and he's gonna use whatever to get what he need out of the situation. And,
well, that cost him. That cost him, JR.
Yeah,
JR. That cost him opportunity to pay some homage to a guy that he rocked with back in the day.
A guy he considered a friend back in the day. Out of his own mouth, Donald Trump considered Jesse Jackson a friend. He just said it plenty of times. You can find it all over the internet. But you know, that's just the type of person he seems to be. You know, I don't know him personally, but you know, speculative. That's what he seems to be, man. To me, I would characterize him as a con man, man. The biggest grift right now that we seeing it right before our eyes, man. Biggest grift ever, man. And we've seen it, you know, throughout the decades. He's just kind of moved wherever he can get money off of people.
How, okay, look at he says, shows you how petty the Democrats are. It's about, this was a funeral for Jesse Jackson. I'm going to brief phrase for Jesse Jackson, but the Democrats want to make it political. Guess who else could make it political? Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Guess who else would have probably talked the longest? Donald Trump. He's still the president. They probably could have said, we'll give the Clintons, the Bidens and Obama, we'll give them 2 minutes each. Trump could have said, I need 3.
Absolutely.
Trump could have stood up and said, well, guess what? First of all, let me say, you know, respect all that and families. Then he could have said, I knew him. None of these people down here talking, they never knew him. He could start putting them pictures up. And I'm sure Trump got pictures that's not released. He said, this was my friend. These people don't even know him. He could have got him. Man, this is the black community. I know how the black community is. They would have failed for Trump over Obama and all. They would have failed for them. But he messed up a moment, man. He got to get that bald-headed gargoyle or whatever the fuck that thing is, Stephen Miller, away from him.
Talking about Miller? Yeah, man.
Yeah, whatever that thing is.
He is devious, man. God help us if he become a presidential candidate for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, you speaking a lot of fact on some things, man. To that comment that's up on the screen, Platt, what I would say to that person, in this climate, man, a lot of things are politicized. I mean, look, when the situation happened with Charlie Kirk and stuff like that, they had this big event, right? They talking politics during that situation. So I would say to this viewer, right, who made this comment, were your sentiments the same, or was your thought process the same when it came to Charlie Kirk? I mean, they literally had an event and they spoke politics at the event of that man's death. So, I mean, that's the climate that we in, Platt. I understand it for what it is.
He said Central Park was 89. Was it 1989? You sure?
Shout out to Hutch, man. Hutch be on it though in that chat.
No, I don't know about 89. That's damn near the 90s. I don't believe that.
Hutch be on it, man. I was gonna say early 90s.
That's gotta be that's gotta be 78.
Incorrect. But yeah, man. I know early 90s though, you know, Trump was going through the whole thing with as far as how he was leasing or not leasing to black people, you know, specifically. So I know that was like early 90s. But, you know, it's a lot, man. But like I said, man, biggest grift, we seeing it right now, man. He getting money. He getting them pockets lined up for his kids and whoever else around him. He getting to the money, man.
Well, do you think he's going to be able to be a good war president?
Absolutely not. You know who I was reading a report yesterday after I got off the show. I was reading a report yesterday. You know who was seen at the White House yesterday? Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah, I saw that. That, and I'm looking at this ceremony. I think because I saw that and I said, why is he trying to talk to Rice? Maybe he needs her because you can't, when you talk about military and stuff, you just can't have all white people up there. He's got to have a diversified cabinet. So maybe he's trying to get her, you know, to be a part of that to some degree. He might try to bring her into his administration.
He might. You know, she go all the way back from that Bush administration and things like that. But she got a lot of knowledge on foreign affairs and policy and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a good
What
resource to
about his
tap in.
base? What about his base though? She
Uh,
is black. And hold up, she's black, and there's rumors. I don't know. She's LGBT. That's what rumors. I have no idea. Allegedly.
nah, I think she married. Well, look, I don't know her orientation or preference. I believe she married to a white man though.
No, okay, you might be right.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, or at least she
Okay.
was. I have to fact check that, but I believe she was.
Well, they was
But
talking about she be at them WNBA games.
yeah, I mean, probably out of support, and I think she did some investment in the WNBA. She heavy into sports. She was on the she
No, never married. I'm looking at it right now.
never
Never
married.
married.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but she
And
was. I know she heavy into sports though, because she was a
I seen
part
her.
of.
No, Jr. There's
What up?
rumors that she's LGBT, but have you seen the WNBA players? So she
Oh
likes,
yeah, a lot of them.
if this is true, she likes a particular type of
Yeah,
stud.
she could be a
So,
stud.
yeah, look, them
a
big,
stud.
them big, fitted hat wearing
What they call
thuggy.
them? I think it's like two of the WNBA. Shout out to them ladies, man. I think they stud buds or something like that, whatever they call it, stud friends or something like that. They got some
Okay,
little podcast, something like that. But
I don't think Brittany Griner, not that tall, but one of those big, masculine,
hold
fitted
on,
hat,
Platt. You trying to
timbered
pair
out.
her up, man? Come on, dog.
No, that's what she likes. No, a fitted hat, timbered up. One of them WNBA thugs. Stud thug studs.
The thug
Yeah, because
stud,
I'm like,
you
she hanging
wild,
out
man.
those WNBA games, man. That's crazy, man. It's Condoleezza Rice. I mean, she likes guys. She likes her women. She likes the tough ones.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Maybe they play 1-on-1. You think about that?
Platt, I'm not thinking about that, man. You crazy as hell. But I know Condoleezza Rice. I know she into sports. She's been seen at a lot of sporting events, stuff like that. I want to say she probably invests in one of these leagues or something like that. And she was a part of the college football committee. You know how they pick them college teams to go to the playoffs or whatever like that. She was a part of that committee for a long time. I don't know if she still currently do it, but she was a part of it for a few years, which I found odd. I was like, why is Condoleezza Rice a part of the college football committee? But she was. So, shout out to her, man.
Where are you red pill guys at?
That's what she
I had two people say she's married to her career. Two people said that. So that's cool. I thought it was about you need to get married. The biggest mistake a woman can make was be a career woman. Now Condi is single. She's married to her career. How's that working out? She's showing up at WNBA games. What's going on?
She's checking on her prize stock, man. That's probably what she's doing, man. But yeah, like going back to the topic, yeah, man. Trump wasn't going. He wasn't going to show face, man, at that thing, man. And look, people talking about, look, the war and all of that situation going on. Man, this man was meeting with some collegiate athletic board yesterday. He met with the MLS Cup team the day before that. Man, you're taking all these meetings that could be rescheduled, man. You know what I'm saying? Have some dignity, have some grace about yourself, show face to somebody you consider a friend, a philanthropist, political rival, and most importantly, a friend. You know what I'm saying? He could have showed up for that, man. But look, nevertheless, man, I don't think he showed face in there.
You got to.
Just due to the fact of the current culture.
No,
of
you
the
got
country.
to. You got to. You don't have a choice. You got to. You got to show face. You got to show respect. You got to show love. You don't have a choice. You do not have a choice. You have no choice but to go and stand in front of that criticism. And if they want to be in bad taste towards you, you let them. You stand up and you let the world know. They didn't even, hey, these people here, they don't even know him. I
Yeah, for
knew him.
sure.
I knew him. And then you talk about the time you're with. And I know the black community. This is how you win over the black community. Because I know the black community. If he would have stood up to them, and now, if you ask me right or wrong, see, well, that's a different story if they're right and he's wrong. But what I'm saying, if he would have took them on, we black people, we know how that go, man. People be hating, people be lying. If he would have stood up to him, he would have won that church over.
Nah,
Because,
hell
and you
no,
know who
man.
knows? You know he knows he's telling the truth. Jesse Jackson Jr.
I
His
don't think
his
he would have
wife,
won him over.
his daughter. They know that he was around when Jesse Jackson was trying to become something. They saw this white man coming in. How many white men you think was coming in and out their house? You
Who
think they
knows,
don't know?
man?
You don't notice that as a kid? My
I
my
disagree
dad
with you, Black.
my dad had
Warn
my
win them
dad.
over. I don't think he wins them over. Maybe he'll have a highlightable moment, you know, for whatever. But I don't think he win majority of that audience over, that congregation over at that church. I don't think he does that.
Okay, my dad had one white friend. He had a bunch of friends, but he had one white friend, and I remember him even now. He got shot. He beat a guy at a dice game, and he had magnets and the guy found out he had magnets in the dice, so it didn't work out well for him. But he was a hustler. I remember that white dude.
Yeah, man. That's what I see Trump as, man. People say businessman, he a hustler, man. That's what he is, man.
Well, he wrong, man, and I hope he had a hard night sleeping last night because what he did to the Jackson family is unforgivable. It's disrespectful. And it's selfish. He's so afraid. This is about Jesse, not you, brother. So what? Somebody say something you don't like. This is about honoring Jesse Jackson. How you gonna stand up to Iran? How you gonna stand up to Cuba? How you gonna stand up to Putin? I thought Putin was your
Well,
boy.
hold on. I don't think we'll have a problem standing up to Cuba. Iran, sure, I think we're gonna be there longer than they projecting for sure. But Cuba, nah, man. Cuba, not really. Cuba don't have a
Okay.
fighting force like that.
Well, I gotta go and look. I'm gonna be real. I gotta know who they're allied with because it's not you just can't be running up in people's countries like that. I think they're with with Russia.
Yeah,
So
but
no, you can't. No, not if you're allied with them. No, you can't. Just like NATO.
yeah,
You
I
can't
mean,
if you're allied with another country, you can't get invaded, man, by another country. They gonna sit back and let you invade that. That's the way it go, man. Just like NATO.
I mean,
Attack against one is an attack against all.
we could
Okay.
say the same thing with Iran.
Who
Look, it's
well you see
reports saying
yeah, you see Putin is already giving them weapons. China is getting involved. So it's a proxy war. They're using
it's a
Iran
proxy
to
war for
fight
sure.
each other. To fight each other. So, and that's when you get into mistakes happen. Then what happened? Then it goes into a full-blown world war.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, man. But look, Cuba don't have the infrastructure, right, to say the least. So I can understand an allied nation to Cuba helping them out, information, intel, whatever the case may be, like that. Cuba don't have the infrastructure. Iran, they have the infrastructure for it to receive weapons and stash weapons, and I mean, look, they were, reportedly building a goddamn uh nuclear weapon, right? So look, they obviously got the infrastructure to be building a nuclear weapon. Cuba's too far removed from that, man. They lost a lot, and they behind the times there for sure. But I mean, I don't even see the point of going after Cuba. I mean, sure, from a geopolitical standpoint in that region, as far as like how shipping goods and stuff like that. But I mean, what would be the point, man? Honestly. But yeah, for Iran, I definitely think we'll be there a little bit longer than what they expected, man. They was talking about 4 to 5 weeks. Nah, man. The recent comments the own president made himself, yeah, we're probably gonna be there for years. Crazy.
No, that ain't no way we could do that.
That's what's gonna happen, man.
We don't have
I see it,
we
Plat.
don't have the money, we don't have the ammunitions, and we don't have the manpower. We don't have
Yeah.
enough people, and those people have to be trained. You got specialists, you got people. One of the guys who got caught up was 36, 46. You need these people, and you can lose people doing that. And if this thing goes into a world war, then we don't even have any money.
Yeah, we don't, man.
And we are victims of our comfort in America. We're used to broadband penthouses, jets or flights, and just travel and live and restaurants and the finer things. We're used to that. If we have a world war, a lot of that stuff's going to be over with.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know if
sure,
we
man.
used. Yeah, we. I don't know if we could shave off a slab of bologna for 2 months because there's no real food out there.
Yeah.
Are you ready to do that?
I mean, well, I'm good over here, man. I'm not going, stress over it or anything like that. I'm not necessarily moved by money, Platt. I mean, I make a good amount of money to support my family and my lifestyle. I'm not moved by it like that though. But I do understand for others, for the community, even from a community that I grew up from or came from, I understand it that it can affect, people in a lot of different ways, man. And tough decisions gonna have to be made for sure. But look, we in it now, and uh, you know, the initial reports that came out, talking about 4 to 5
Mhm.
weeks, and this will be wrapped up, and we be moving on to something else.
It's,
Nah, man, they kind of they retreating from some of those earlier statements that
uh,
they made during the initial bombings over there, for sure.
hey, it's a start collecting your canned goods and buckle up for a wild ride. You know what? He's right. Let me go get me a box of peas. I like peas. I'm giving me a case
Yeah, box of peas,
a case of peas. Yeah,
case of peas,
in case of the war. Yeah,
some
probably
sweet
enough.
peas.
Yeah, probably enough to last me 2 weeks. A can, 2 cans a day. I got a full belly, and maybe in 2 weeks things will be set back to normal.
I wonder if peas are peas a fibrous vegetable. I wonder. I'm gonna have to Google
I
that.
don't know.
But yeah, man, it's look, everything that went up, man. Price of gas going up. Look, I tell people, I told my wife the other day, I said, don't let the tank get past half. I was like, fill it up then, because that plays with your psyche, man. You go to the pump and you putting $80 in the pump, to fill
Mm.
up your car compared to, if you put it at half and you putting 35, 40. I was like, that play with your psyche, man.
You
But
can buy or you could think about buying what like the 20-gallon or 15-gallon tanks and buy it now because it goes up and down. Catch it at a good number. Fill up your car. Fill up the gallon.
yep,
Now on all of that, you got to go on in because I don't know about storage. I don't know because I've seen people do it. I do not know how they store it. I wouldn't want 15 gallons of gas sitting around. That could
oh
ruin,
hell no.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess they take it off and stick it in the
Yeah.
garage somewhere.
Unless you got a shed or something,
You can
Mm-hmm.
bury it underground.
a few meters away from a few feet away from the house. But for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard times for sure, man. Grocery prices going up, gas prices up. Uh, you
It's
know,
$5 for diesel out here. I'm in
credit.
Missouri.
Ooh,
$5, okay, already, huh?
man, be careful out
I
there,
just
man. I know you're on that road. Be careful, brother.
appreciate you. It's everywhere. I just left Illinois. I came out of North Dakota. It's like $5. Well, no, that wasn't North Dakota. It's right under that. $5 everywhere, man. I
Man,
mean,
it's up there.
I hate I missed this live, man. Sound like y'all been getting to it, man.
Get into
Yeah,
it, man.
for a minute.
Yeah, I didn't see
How
that.
come? How come? Him and Jesse used to hang out. They was boys. That was back in the day. They was boys.
Here we go.
They was they was cool with each other. You know what I mean? They went. They got on jets together. They went out, had dinner. With women. And I know. That's what I'm saying. Don't say I'm condoning adultery, but they did what they.
Kicked it like partners.
Yeah, and sometimes women would be involved. They rode with each other for a minute. They was down, and all of a sudden, and we all agree Trump at some point in his youth was the equivalent, to Batman. He was a billionaire. He had a yacht. He had
He was
money.
outside.
Yeah,
His daddy
yeah. So he's changed. That's my
as
thing.
he should.
No, he's changed, man. All of this MAGA and all of these bigots and racists, all of they changed him, man. He didn't even go to this. He didn't even go to Jesse Jackson's funeral.
Yeah, I heard y'all say that. That's where I popped on live because I just stopped at the truck stop. And when I seen it, man, I made a statement as far as like the disrespect supersedes the relationship. I got a partner out in Louisiana. I've known him for 20 years. I call him my brother. We called each other brothers. White dude, all the way, family racist as can be. From my hometown, we from the same place, but we went to Lafayette High School. That's where I met him at. Man, just growing up, I started to realize like we not partners. We've had certain conversations to where either he played with my time or which is disrespecting my money, right? Or just did something that was just like, man, you know me. I don't even move like that. When I take off for work, I could have been home. There's a situation that I could have been home with my daughter, right? Kicking it with her. Right, but my homeboy called me. He was like, "Man, come through for the summer. We go eat the crawfish. We go shoot guns. We go on fishing." I know what he be doing. He gave me a crossbow, not a crossbow, a bow, right? A compound bow. He gave me one, like expensive too, right? That's what he do. So I didn't ship some clothes from my house to his house to go and kick it and chill with him. Now I get there. We don't do none of this. He ain't saying nothing. But we end up having a conversation about something, and mind you, the way his wife is, she cooking breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like you smell food all day. It's snacks all day for 2 days straight, and then we have a conversation, right? It stops on that Wednesday, so I'm there for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It stops. I see we had a conversation. I remember the conversation, so it gets to the point to where, like, yeah, we homeboys, but you don't respect me. Now that was in private. Nobody would know why I don't talk to him no more. He texts me, he hit me on Instagram. You hear what I'm saying? He hit me up consistently now. But it's just like, fam, I got the right to stand on what I stand on, just like you did too. You feel what I'm saying? So none of us know what happened, but something happened. You feel what I'm saying? To where the dude, like, it don't matter if you die. The friendship died years ago. Who we were together and how we kicked it, it died years ago based on a conversation the world would never know about. And then you got the politics behind it too. Like they outside. So if I'm doing politics and we didn't kick it together, like I can say no matter what party we chose, we still friends at the end of the day. That's why I told my homeboy, I say, bro, if we can't talk about money, politics, or religion, we wasn't friends anyway. Like if it breaks us up or we just completely don't rock with each other because of any of it, we wasn't friends. Because as friends, we should be able to talk about anything, right? I ain't asking you to have my back because I did something treacherous out here, but I'm saying like politics shouldn't split us up. It's deeper than that for us. But bro, something happened, bro. Something happened, bro. And it looked like it was a whole lot of disrespect when it came to certain things that's been going on, like politics, and boys try to hold face. And it's just like, even if you wanted to hold face against him, he's still a president. He made it. No matter what y'all said he did, whoever don't like him, he president. He didn't come in there stepping and fetching for nobody bread, right? We all know he been had money, so that put him on a different plateau. His daddy put him on. Everybody want their father to put him on, or somebody in their family to put him on. He know the game. Homie been playing the game for years, G. And that alone, out of it, it ain't even about who he is or his race. It's just a respectable movement from his daddy, just like what the Kennedys, they did
But
the
Tabar,
bootlegging.
Tabar,
Go
Tabar.
ahead.
He was afraid to go to a funeral because some people didn't like him there, and they were going to speak and say things about him. And Tabar, let me say this: I'm a black man in America. By the time you hit 45, 46, it's going to be some people in your family who don't like you. So when parents or relatives die, you're going to have to run the risk. Do you want to go to this funeral? Because, you know, a lot of times you ain't been around. What if you got a bunch of kids and you haven't been around? They 25 years old. They might have seen you twice. Do you want to go to this thing right here? Because you don't want, it's going to hurt your feelings. But you got to be a man. You got to go ahead and do it.
Nah, like I said, play. He ain't showing up. Could you imagine Isaiah Thomas get that speech and say, "Yeah, it's 5 sitting presidents in here," and Trump in there, and he don't acknowledge him? Yeah, Kamala Harris.
That ain't the end of the world.
Hillary Clinton, and then he started going down the list of actual presidents. Clinton, Joe Biden, and Obama, and then don't acknowledge the current president. Well, he would have been hurt, man. He'd have been hurt.
Yeah,
So
he'll get over it. He'll get over it.
Man, some things people don't get over, man.
No, he should have went, man. I don't believe you guys are too forgiving.
I'm not forgiving at all.
Yes,
I'm not forgiving at all.
He should have went, man. He's the goddamn president of the United States.
But you talking about forgiving? I'm not forgiving nothing.
I agree with you. He should have went, but at least the way he portrayed himself to the media, when the media make comments or people make comments, look, they showed him, look, just a month ago, he was they was in Michigan or something like that, going through the Ford plant, and somebody like booed him. He turned around, the president turned around, flipped him off. Man, what the?
Yeah, I saw that. But
kept going by this, you know what I'm saying? Kept going by this business. So
everybody don't grieve the same, dog.
You know what I'm saying? From a simple boo, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, show himself. He emotionally show himself. And that's cool. That's what he wanted to do.
He got a lot of feminine.
I don't expect much from him, dog. I don't, like I said, I knew he wasn't going to show up. I think he should have, but I knew he wouldn't.
When Trump hung out with Jesse, he was masculine. He was in his manhood. He was in his masculinity. Since he started all of this, I don't know, maybe he had to do it to win the election, all of this MAGA and all of this stuff. He's very feminine now. He's like a woman. He has the constitution of a woman. Yeah. He is. He's very feminine. And a lot of his followers, are very feminine. They're very feminine people.
I mean, despite that, fam, he run the free world. It's a lot of power he got. Like no matter, people can say what they want, but homie got power. Let me ask you, do you think were they on good terms when he passed?
They should have been.
He was. Why? Why you think they should have been?
What did they do? I mean, like Jesse Jackson's a Democrat. How could he endorse Donald Trump?
But if they
he wouldn't be able to do that.
Which is fine. But if they friends, it gets to a point to where like this is my friend. We got history.
No. You're right. No. Let's defend Trump.
He didn't have anybody.
No. I'm gonna do it. Hold on. He didn't have to endorse. Because you cannot. Somebody could say, "Hey, you got to endorse somebody." You could say, "No, I'm gonna sit this way." He could have done that. But go ahead, brother.
But the reason why I asked you that is because for one, I know everybody don't agree the same. I have an auntie. She raised me. She passed a few years ago. I couldn't go. I was raised with her sons. I didn't want to see it like that. I was the sole reason we had a family, the one family reunion we've ever had. It was a few
Why
years
didn't you want to go? Why didn't you want to go?
I didn't want to see it like that, G.
Oh, you didn't want to see her? You didn't want to see her past?
No, I didn't want to see her like that.
Yeah,
that's not my last vision. That will not be my last vision. I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, brother, I mean, you're right. That is you. I'm not trying to suggest that you don't have a right to your thoughts, but I don't get that one because people die.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's a normal part of life. So I don't want to see them in that box. Well, eventually you're gonna be in it.
Yeah, and I don't have to see myself either.
Yeah, that's true.
I
You
mean,
know,
I,
I mean,
I get what you saying. I get what you saying, Platt. But I'm just saying everybody grieve different. I got good memories of my auntie. I'm the only person that got footage and photos of like when the family was together. I'm the only one because I do the video and photography stuff. So nobody in the fam got that, and we 400 deep. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna see
but
her like that.
I'm gonna tell you again, brother, you wrong. You should have went to the funeral, man. You don't have a choice. It's uncomfortable for you. It is. But you got to pay your respects, man. You can't do that. Look, you, your family, everything cool. That's y'all business. I'm just saying, a man or any man, whether you like it or not, man, you got to attend that funeral. You don't have a choice.
yeah, I understand it. I don't
I
agree
get where
with
you're
it,
coming
but
from,
I
bro.
understand
But
it.
nah,
But
bro.
I don't agree with it.
That's just in the world things things transpire, and it's not even about my family. The way we feel about each other, that has nothing to do. I'm talking about me and her personal relationship, and I kid you not.
Well, let me tell you this.
Maybe
Let me say this to you, Tabor. If you don't want to be around the fam, if you know it's bad blood, and you don't want to be there for hours, you could go to the wake. Lay
this have
your
nothing to
wreath.
do with them, G. This have nothing to do with them. I'm talking about me and my auntie. The relationship we have. How I don't want to see her. I got that right, fam. I get what you said. Anybody in the fam could have said anything to me. Nobody came at me no way because they already know how I am. They know the way I talk. They know how I move, right? I wouldn't. I'm explaining it to you because I can. But even then, I didn't have to say nothing. But I'm just telling you personally, I wouldn't want to see it like that, fam. I got some good memories. I'm cool on those. You hear what I'm saying? And there's nobody that's gonna take that from me. I won't allow it. Nobody in the fam, my mama, my daddy, nobody can tell me anything. I have the right to move how I want to on this planet. And I didn't learn that till too late, to be honest with you. I don't have to keep certain people around. I don't have to show face so everybody can feel good. I feel good. And I kid you not, I was gonna say this a couple minutes ago. I kid you not, while being in this truck, I just had a dream about it 4 days ago, bro. Her face saving me from a situation within the trucking. Like I seen her face. She was the cop that saved me from a bad situation. It's crazy that you talking about it and I'm bringing it up because nobody knows. I don't talk to nobody like that, and I wouldn't tell nobody.
Well,
But
you
I got
know,
my
I
own
mean,
personal relationship.
maybe you need to go visit the grave and and find out if there's something else, But no, that's a part of our lives, man. They're in us, and um, we do have to live with that. That's the thing about it. And Trump, I don't give a damn about no war and Iran. Trump got to live what he what he did to Jesse. He can say what he want to say. Them memories inside his mind. That man gone now. Trump know that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, brothers?
What's up
What's
with you,
good?
What's
Drew?
up with it, man?
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all why Jesse Jackson and Trump fell out, and let's do a little history. It happened back in 2008, 2009. So what happened back in 2008, if you guys remember? A lot of stuff
Obama.
happened, but what were you about to say, Platt?
Nothing. I didn't say
Oh,
anything. I'm
okay.
listening.
But 2008, Obama got elected, right?
We hear you.
And Jesse, of course, Jesse's like, first black president. Trump also, think about it, at that time was a Democrat. But then Trump all of a sudden got on this kick about his birth, where he was born at. You know, is he a legitimate citizen? And I think that's what broke them apart right there. The whole Obama thing. Because you remember Jesse was in the park and he was crying. It was him and Oprah. And, everybody was all excited. We got a first black president, and I think that's what broke them apart right there. And I think that's why he's always I think Trump, in my opinion, he's always had a issue with Obama. Like everything he goes after Obama. President Obama this, President Obama that. We got to get rid of this horrible policy. Look what he did in Iran. He gave them, that was a horrible deal in Iran. You know, so that's my opinion on why they broke apart.
But they were
They done,
still friends before Obama.
And I agree with you, but what I'm saying is they broke apart. That's the reason why they stopped being friends.
he still,
It
he
was
still,
because of
he,
Obama.
he still should have went to the funeral, man.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
I
think
agree.
so too, man. He
What
still
would you
should have.
if Trump was paying? If you was Stephen Miller, if you was doing that job, were you an advisor to him? What would you tell him if you know a dude? You got looking at the pictures on the internet. You don't see the private, but you see the pictures on the internet. You know he used to rock with this dude. You know that a bunch of presidents go in there. He could rebut. They can say stuff. He can say something too. Why wouldn't you go? That could have been a one-on-one debate with Obama. He could have said, "Okay, Obama gonna speak, then I'm gonna speak."
Respectfully, nobody could tell Trump how to feel about his friend Jesse or his past friend Jesse. They were friends. We
I
we
agree with
only
you too.
commentating the situation. Even if
I
his
agree.
advisors told him, "Yeah, you should go," be like, "Homie, you wasn't there with me and Jesse when we was on them boats and doing our thing back in the '80s. You wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell me nothing, homie. This is my partner. You
Mm-hmm.
just on the outside looking in. You could never be on the inside because those times has passed. Everybody there, not saying everybody. Let me take that back. A decent amount of people there didn't know Jesse on a personal level like Trump did.
Oh,
Like
None of
only
y'all
thing
just
I would
talking.
say,
none of them did.
only
See?
thing I would, only thing I
Go
would
ahead.
rebut to that, to boy, is
Talk to me.
if that's the thing, and you like, I look, I don't want to see my friend like that, or whatever. Then why you go to Charlie Kirk thing and make a big spectacle? Gave a 21-minute speech. You know
Because
what I'm saying? So,
that's politics.
it,
That's
it,
politics.
but
That ain't
but
personal.
he openly said Charlie was a dear friend to me. This Trump saying this now.
Yeah.
These
I can
words.
see.
I'm not paraphrasing. Trump said that himself. So for me, I'm just like, I understand what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree with it, because to me, look, it's up to the living to make the decision.
Yep.
But if that's your friend, if that was your man's or whatever like that, your partner, whatever. Differences aside, that person gone, you at their home going celebration, man, go show face for your partner, man.
I hear y'all, fam. I hear y'all. Boys ain't getting me to show up. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me. Like that's just me and my partner. You know what I'm saying? How I feel. If a person feel like it's disrespectful, you got the right to say whatever you want to. I got the right not to listen.
I agree with this brother talking here from Louisiana. You can't. Everybody grieve different. He ain't got it. You don't want to show up. Don't show up.
I get the politics behind it, man. The Charlie Kirk thing. He show face for his kind on that. That's a different conversation. They ain't him and Charlie wasn't kicking it back in the '80s. So, but politically, man, I seen that on billboards all across the country. There was not a state and a major city that I went through during that whole ordeal that his face wasn't plastered, and I didn't even know that dude.
And that's what Platt's saying. Look, we know the climate right now. Politics is king, man. Politics is
Always have been
everything.
though. America is built on politics.
Exactly. So even if, because Platt was saying earlier, he could have won the black people over by going in there and saying whatever. Look, differences aside, I'm here to support my friend. Whatever he wanted to say, my estranged friend, however he want to phrase it. You know what I'm saying?
But you
But
talk about bringing politics into a personal relationship.
I'm not
That's
talking
what.
about I'm not talking about bringing politics into it. Trump didn't have to bring politics into it. Other people around him are gonna, the media, everything around him gonna bring the politics into it.
And he don't care.
Trump don't have to bring politics into it. But I'm speaking to what Platt said. If you wanna win a black base over, you know, I'm not gonna
That's
say
the
the entire
politics.
black base, but some part of a black base over. That would have been it right there.
Fam, he already president. Why he need to win you? He already won. He don't need nobody, big dog. He in position. There's no position higher than him on this planet.
Whoa. He still need the people. So you saying he don't need them? You got these midterms coming up.
To do what? He can't be president.
Nah, you don't need them.
No, he still need Congress.
For
he
what?
Still need the Senate. He still need all of those things.
He don't need the people. That's what the brother's saying.
He need the people to still go out and vote for people that he backs.
And see, you playing politics.
Trump backing. 3-4 years ago, Trump backing was word. Even when he wasn't the president, I backed this person. Y'all should go vote for him. They voter base going up by 15% off the strength of Trump saying I support this person.
Listen, G, what you said
but
right
now, Trump not even going out. You in Texas. He didn't even.
Brother, you saying something different though.
Behind a Senate candidate on the GOP side, he's like, nah, I ain't got nothing to say.
He don't have to.
What you mean you don't have to?
No, he's got his endorsements. They matter.
No. His endorsements still matter, dog.
No. His endorsements matter, and being if I say, hey, I'm gonna pull a ticket, I'm running for a representative of my state. If I could get the president of the United States, Biden or Trump, to come in and endorse me, I'm gonna believe me, I'm gonna beat whoever's running against me. The endorsement matters. But when all of this, in the midst of this, this partisanship, we still got a dead man, Jesse Jackson. We got a young man, Donald Trump, and we lost them both. We lost them both, man. We're a different country now.
Man, be honest with you, bro. Platt, man, America has always been the same since day one. Ain't nothing changed. The laws just what do you call that? I guess I ain't gonna say grow up, but they changed based on times. The only reason why we know most of what we know is because of social media. Other than that, the world is the same. People still getting away with the same effortry that they've been doing 20 years ago.
When Jesse, when they had Jesse, I guess, was this whole thing in this funeral thing in Illinois or was it in South Carolina?
It was in South Carolina.
Okay, so there you go. He wasn't going to go to Illinois because he hates the governor of Illinois. South Carolina is his base, but he wasn't going to go there either. So he didn't need the people. He doesn't need them.
Man, Trump got money. He got power. His family name is forever.
Your phone, bro. Your phone.
My bad.
Okay.
Trump got money. Trump got power, and his last name is forever ingrained in the American culture, no matter what. Not once, but twice on that list of presidents.
Hey,
he doubling down on something that we can commentate on, but he don't have to endorse nobody.
Man, names fade from history all the time, man. It's on a piece of paper, but it fades from history all the time, man.
So
hey, look, check it out. Hold up for a minute, your boy. Hold up for a minute. We just had a minor miracle. Not a big deal. We had a minor miracle just happen on the platform. Finally, we went over 8,000 subs.
Congratulations.
Hey, salute to you on that, man.
So hold up. Let me see if I got this. I might hit the wrong one up.
Shout out to Platinum. Shout out to Platinum.
That was rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Let me play that again.
Shout out to Platinum. Shout out to Platinum.
Yeah, so there you go. We some kind of way, man. We went over 8,000, man. Believe it or not. Who is that using the toilet? Yeah, right at. Come on, bruh. I'm trying to celebrate. What, bruh? This guy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I have to deal with? You see what I have to deal with? I go over 8,000 subs and JR flushes his toilet. Go ahead, man.
That's all I was saying, man. No matter what, y'all keep saying he got to do certain things. That man been moving how he wanted to since he got in the first time, and he doubled down on it on the second time. He don't care about what nobody talking about. Listen, I'm about to move how I move. Didn't he fire somebody and tell him he need to hire him back? Dude, it don't matter what y'all talking about. He don't have to move like a regular politician because he ain't stepping and fetching for y'all dollars. The rest of these cats that went in there and got rich. Trump came in there with papered up with the land, with the buildings. My name on buildings. You trying to get there, homie? I'm already there.
He came there papered up, and he's leaving papered up.
Exactly. With some things, with most likely because he's a businessman with a whole lot of things in place to where his family will forever eat, and we will never know because his name ain't on no paperwork.
And look, we're joking, JR. That's him, whatever, But anyhow, we're happy that we went over. We're happy for the new people coming here. Stay tuned. It only gets better. Shout out to Hutch for the $10 holla. Congratulations on hitting the 8K. Yeah, hey man, we gotta do what we gotta do, man. Remember, we're under attack over here. Niggas been hating on me, man. They've been hating on me, and my channel's still going. They show you they're clowns, bro. I don't need nothing from. I'm good. And I had to leave, and they told me leave. They told me leave Anton. I'm like, they don't want me to mess. They pulled me off him. They said, you stay out of it. Okay. I've been staying out of it, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. No, it's sad, though, man. No, this is the truth, though, man. I hope, Donald Trump, man, I can't speak now, but back in the day, Donald Trump was that cool white neighbor. If you live next door, yeah.
I can see that.
No,
I can see that.
Back in the day, he was the white dude who had the brand new the brand new Corvette. He had the beautiful blondes laying in his front yard.
Living.
Yeah, no. He was the cool neighbor. He knew people. He could get on the phone, call up, make things happen. I don't know what happened to him, man.
I remember Trump, man. I remember, bro, it was an article, and if you guys remember this magazine, I don't even think it's in existence now. It was called Vibe magazine, and I remember Trump being in an article, and because he was really heavy into being around the hip hop scene. You'll hear his name come up in like Wu-Tang songs or just different around different circles. Russell Simmons, people like that back in the day, and I think I remember in this article they were talking about. He even mentioned, why do rappers? It was like he said somebody called him my ninja, and he was like, "Why would you call me that? Like that's a horrible word to use." I just remember stuff like that about him. That he was really heavily involved in our community, but he just kind of figured out the playbook. In my opinion, is that if I just run as a Republican, man, these white people are gonna bow down, man. They're gonna do whatever, and I can win.
It takes to acquire power. Everybody, they've been doing it. People do it. They've been doing it. It ain't never stopped. It still goes on to this day. We go do whatever we got to do to put ourselves in position of power. That's ultimate power he got.
Look at that comment by America Trades, man. How many times Donald Trump's name been mentioned in rap music? He was a hip hop icon, man. Like he was. People were just
he changed, but he was changed,
like a Bruce Wayne.
But he changed. That's the hold up. We all like the young the one that hung out with Jesse. We all like that guy. I don't know what happened.
if he really grew up the way they said about his daddy putting him on, the way they said, man, you can only imagine the hate. Homie didn't have to go get it out the mud. He got it out of clear Florida, Tampa Bay water type. He
And you
seen
know,
every play coming before, and everybody else had to go work for it. While you got to get up and punch a clock, man, the homie was
oh well,
riding
you can,
around with limos with bonds.
I hear you, brother, but you
Nice.
can't. If you born, you born. If your parents rich, that's not your fault.
That don't mean people want hate.
Another thing I like about Donald Trump is he's comfortable being white. You never see him with timbers. You never see him with fitted hats. You never see him trying to dress like the rappers. Like he was around them. No. He would go to parties and stuff, but he would dress like what? He's a white guy. He had no problem with being a white guy. And that's one thing I got to say. Respect to Donald Trump. He was very comfortable in his own skin. You see all of these white dudes with the tattoos, you know, basically trying to be black guys or cosplaying black guys. Donald Trump was never like that. And that's often overlooked within the white community, the white guys who don't have no problem being white guys. They ain't nothing racist about them. They good people. You know, if you fuck with them, they're going to respond. But they good people. But they're not trying to be black. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't like all like the Kid Rocks. What's the I don't know them dudes' name, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't like those guys.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But you know what? We're really talking about a person that grew up in a different era. Just like in your picture right there, it used to be a time, man, you want to be dapper down in a suit. A suit, tie, you want to be, like you say, suited and booted. But, you know, that it's just a different generation that he's part of.
Man, homie had money, like y'all said money. Homie had money back in the 80s. He was doing what everybody was trying to do. He was doing it effortlessly. We all got somebody around us that's hating. Like you just said, they hating on you. You know what I'm saying? And you on the come up.
That's on the
You don't
tubes.
have 30,000-40,000.
That's on the tubes.
You're right, but they hating on you, Plat. You
but
on the
it's still
come
hold
up.
weight. You on the come up. But
No,
it's
you
still
know
a
what,
place.
y'all? They don't want me. No, they don't want me to have my own thoughts. They want to tell me how to think, and I don't like that.
Exactly.
I ain't mad at the bitch.
I
Hold
like
up, now
Donald
let's
Trump
talk
to
about
me.
it. I'm not mad at women. These niggas mad at women. They get mad. They've told me about that. They incels. They said, Platt, you have your incel like us. I said, no, thank you.
That's
Nah,
crazy.
bro.
Man, ain't nobody say that.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's
y'all
crazy.
frustrated and aggravated over there. Nobody want to be a part of that.
Man. Hey, what up, Black man? Hey, congrats on your 8K, man. Keep
I
growing, brother.
appreciate it, man. We
Yeah,
gonna try. Let's go for 9.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but I was listening to like some stuff y'all saying on Trump, man, and I'm like, I'm gonna push back a little bit. And here's the thing, my take on Trump, man. I've watched him, you know, since the 80s. I grew up watching Donald Trump, man. And like he is comfortable with who he is, but like the whole thing, he was born into that lifestyle. He was born into real estate. He was born to being around money. You know, so what he did was he took it to a next level, like a lot of what y'all want to do with y'all kids. He the one that did it and took it to the next level, made it a global enterprise and all that stuff. He dresses the way he dresses because that's the way that gets him successful. He's not influenced by other people. He's the influencer. You know, so
Facts.
I agree.
so a lot of the stuff that he does, it's not that he changed. He's always used other people to get what he wants. Now, what's changed is what he wants. And then he has to use different people to get there. He would never, he was a Democrat in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? He would never be able to get to presidency
Being a
under that.
Democrat.
No.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, man,
Oh,
he just using people, man.
yeah.
But
And you know
everybody
what?
use somebody.
It ain't nothing wrong with that. But the thing is
Yeah,
that
it's nothing wrong with it.
I
But
mean,
he doing it at an all-time high now.
you could, I mean, look, it just means that you just don't agree. You just on the side that doesn't agree with him. You know what I mean? You're not benefiting from it. If you were benefiting from it, I mean, you might look at it a whole lot different.
Yep.
If the things that he was doing was putting money in your pocket, giving you
I mean,
power and authority,
I
you know
do
what I'm
benefit
saying?
from it. The tax
Yeah,
bracket that I'm in, I
yeah.
benefit from
Oh,
that tax bracket. But
yeah.
needless to say, you know, everything's just not about my sphere or my circle of influence to me. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? A lot of things still matter to me because I remember where I came from.
Well, that's
And
my
if
point.
somebody else want to come from where I came from, like you said, you need that help. But if that's being diminished by laws and by politics and by policies that govern certain areas a certain way, it makes it even harder to crawl from a certain situation. That's all
And
I'm
I
saying.
and I get that 100%, and that's exactly my point. Is because of where you come from. The people that didn't come from where you come from, where they come from, what he's doing does help them, and they're fine with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but I'm speaking, you know what I'm saying? We speaking
yeah,
as black men. I'm
no,
assuming everybody
I,
black, you
I
know what
get
I'm saying?
that.
As black men.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. But like what I'm saying is he surrounded himself. The people that put him in power ain't black men. You get what I'm saying? They not he's not catering to you in that aspect. He's catering to the people that helped him
His
that don't think
friends.
like you. That's why he's doing a lot of stuff he's doing. And he's doing it because it benefits him right now. And as soon as it doesn't
Exactly.
benefit him, he will not do it no more. He doesn't
That's
care
why I
about none of
said.
that. He don't care about
That
none of that.
that's why I said. That's why I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Look, he the president, that's his term of address, whatever the case may be. But yeah, a lot of the doings that's going on are going along, and a lot of the people that he endorsed to
Right.
be in our local and town. Yeah, man, I can't rock with that, dog.
I feel you. And I can't rock with a lot of it either though. But at the same time, like it ain't that the dude has changed. That's my whole point. The dude ain't changed. He just always has went with the things that are expedient for him to get the goals and things accomplished that he wants to get accomplished. And
Mhm.
if it don't align with you, he don't care. He could care less.
And that's crazy.
No, he
You
changed,
the
brother.
president, you can't no. You the
No,
president for
brother, hold
all.
on,
You ain't the
no, brother,
president for yourself.
No,
no, brother, he
that's
changed.
how that's how
Yeah,
you see the
you
presidency.
can't say Donald
He
Trump ain't changed. Donald
he
Trump
ain't
changed, man.
changed. He ain't changed,
Yes,
man.
he
The dude's always been
is.
a selfish, petty dude. He's still a selfish, petty dude. He just the only thing that changed is that his selfish and pettiness don't entertain you or benefit you right now. But it's always been selfish and
It
petty. It's
ain't.
about him. It's him.
Donald Trump has changed, brother. I hear what you're saying. That's not the same guy. That's not the guy we see pictured. Is not the guy who's president right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, dude, I'm saying that dude right there that you looking at right there, man, he got a kick out of firing people, out of banging chicks, out of tossing them out. Like, dude, he was the same dude. Man, like it's just that it's right now you get to see it 24/7,
I
365.
see, I see where you're going with.
He the
I was
same
never
dude.
able to see him though, and behind the scenes. Just I saw what was up front.
Right. Exactly, man. Like, man, there's hella stories about the stuff that Donald Trump was doing and the people he was hanging with. One of the Supreme Court justice was also hanging with, in the same circles as Trump, and also like that dude that Shaq dunked on and pushed the ball on. They used to all hang together, man. Like these dudes were scumbags, man. They were self they were self-aggrandizing, petty ass, rich white guys that went to prestigious business schools. They had access to money, and they were going to be somebody no matter what you did to them. And if they got in trouble, they had all the connections to get out of trouble. Dude,
Facts.
these are the people that I'm telling you, man. Like they was a different group of people, man. They're not who y'all think it is.
So
Yeah, G.
yeah,
I see
Yeah,
Trump.
what you saying. Like I'm all the way for what you saying, G. Like I just see the power aspect.
that's who
He
that's
he
who they are,
elevated the
man.
name.
That's who they've been,
He
and you
elevated his
see it, and
family
you
Nah,
name.
see all the
man.
people they hang around, man.
Hutch. Hutch. There's nothing wrong with you feeling that way, but he changed, man. This ain't the Batman guy. This ain't the guy that I grew up seeing. This ain't the same guy, man. The stuff that he says, the way he acts. This thing he's afraid to go to a funeral. Come on, man. A whole lot of people don't want to go to a funeral. Why? Because you got 2 kids by her, and you've been there 3 times in 10 years, but she done passed away, and now you got to go there and stand in front of them kids that you have abandoned, damn near, and her family. That shit's gonna mess with you. But you want to pay respects because there was some good times between you and her. So what you gonna do? Not go?
I mean, depending on what transpired.
I hear what you're saying in that scenario. That makes sense. What I look at in this scenario, it wasn't beneficial to him.
And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you considered a friend, you worried about the benefits. But that like you said, he been that person. He been selfish, self-loathing, all of those, things. But that's crazy, man.
Dude,
Your man's about to be in the ground.
Bro, that ain't his man.
Y'all keep saying y'all man. That's not his man.
That wasn't his man's. I'm telling you. That was somebody he got. That's somebody he got money and status with. It was.
I can only go off of what he portrayed it to be. He called Jesse Jackson a friend.
He called everybody a friend.
People call
everybody that's doing what he
wants.
But see what I'm saying. Y'all saying, man, people use that all the time, man. People say, man, that's my friend or that's my partner or something like that. All right, so if he just a fraud ass person and he just gonna go around and just say, oh yeah, that's my friend, that's my friend.
Why he gotta be a fraud?
He called that E-Buddy.
That's
the island boy his friend too.
Tabor, how many people you calling your partner, but they ain't your partner?
Bro, listen, I got
bro,
this
dude
partners.
is not you, man. I'm telling you.
I got
like
partners
this dude
and
called
friends.
that dude that had all them girls on the island. And what did he call him? That's a good friend of mine. All right.
He sure did.
You know?
And that's why everybody questioning his character. You call this man a good friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why everybody's questioning his character.
Yeah.
Man,
You called him a good friend.
Dude,
you were associated with him. So yes, we're going to question. Your good friend got caught up in this stuff. Yeah, it's right for us to question you.
But you don't know what everybody else got things.
And
you
check
don't
it
know
out.
what
Who else he
everybody
called
else
friend?
got going
He called Marjorie Taylor.
You don't. But it still caused to question due to the position of power.
So your friends that you hung out with 20 years ago,
I'm saying, he also called Marjorie Taylor Greene a friend at one point and endorsed her.
Go ahead, Tabor. Your phone is not that strong, so they can barely hear you. But go ahead, brother.
So hey, Flat, check your cash up. I want to make sure you got it though. Just
okay.
To make sure.
I appreciate it, man. Okay. Believe it or not, huh? Let me see if they let me in here, man. They say it's so dry, they lock me out with cash app.
That's crazy, man. Chill out, bro.
They say, well, you ain't using it, so they lock me. Look,
what I'm saying is that 20 years ago, you had a friend that y'all hung out, y'all was close, y'all got pictures together. 20 years later, he did something treacherous, and it got out that you was his friend. They got the right to question you.
So
depending on where I'm at in my position, yeah. If I'm the CEO of some company, some Fortune 500 company, and you got to protect that company, yeah, they got a right to question me. You still hold to people. You know, a Fortune 500 company, if it's a public company, an IPO, they behold to the stock investors of that company. A lot of people got money built up in that company. So, boy, you know that, dog.
But you talking about morals and ethics, bro. These cats, America's not built off of morals and ethics. We know that. It's fact. It's in our history. They used to feed our kids to alligators. They call them gator bait.
But what I'm saying is, you hold a position. You represent every American voice globally.
You represent who you want to represent.
No. You saying that's what he do, but the title of president represents every American.
Yeah.
And you
because if you go overseas right now and somebody identify you as American, they can hate you because of what the president doing. You might be like, I don't align with what he do, but they hate you or have a disdain for you because of what the president does. So he represents the voice, whether you agree with that or not. He does, bro.
I get it. But my family personally don't like me because I'm my father's child. I'm cool with how people feel about me based on
I,
other
I,
people.
I got you.
Go ahead.
I got you, Jr. No, because I'm
Salute
trying
to
to
you,
get.
bro. On the 8K. That's all I'm saying.
No,
That's it.
We don't agree with that. But hold on, they wrong. Hold up. Listen, hold on. Let me just say, look, shout out to Big Red Rig for the $20. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to JR for the 50 ball. There you go, JR.
I got to step a game up.
There you go. No, Tabor with the $20 today. $20. Thank you, Tabor.
25, big dog.
Here you go,
Let's be clear. It should be
20. That's all. Tabor. Big Red Rig. I appreciate you, brother. You pulling up out here, man. I appreciate you, man. You support.
I appreciate you letting me get on here and vent,
You
bro,
need to
and
get
really
a phone,
have
though. You got to get a phone because your phone is not. You ain't got no bass when it's real.
He's probably in his mic. When you're driving.
Just think about it and think about you want something to carry the bass because your phone, the way it comes in, and I'm saying the guys just don't hear you. They be talking, they just don't hear you. So they'll keep talking.
It could be my headset, I guess.
Yeah, so if you're gonna do this whole YouTube thing, you need a phone that carries a low frequency so people can hear you talking.
I mean, I got an iPhone 17 Pro Max, so I'm in Missouri on on I-61. So hold up, I get it. You driving and your phone is just set up, right? Yeah, but I got my trucker headset on.
Well, you need to be closer to the mic. The mic on that thing, it's a lot of distance.
My mouth.
I don't know, bro. Okay. I mean, when you listen to the playback, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, you're right. I need to do that.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go for it. And it's this time is 2:35. So you ain't gotta listen to the whole playback. Just go to 2:35 and you'll see, listen to yourself compared to the other people talking. Okay. Got you, brother. Look, shout out to the people who support the platform. Cash App, $, Plat for Game. You want to support the platform? We got the super chat. You can hit us on the super chat. You can support us some kind of way. I don't know how. You know, a stop clock is right twice a day, right? Some kind of way. We went over 8,000 subs. I don't know what to say, man. I appreciate it. But we're going to keep going. We just tell the truth over here, man. That's all we do. We're not a part of no syndicate. We don't run around here mad at women when we really just lying because we really want to sleep with them, but we trying to play like we good guys. We don't do that over here. We tell the truth over here. And I'm the only one. When you come here, most of the times you're only going to get it from me because I'm the one that's going to tell the truth. Donald Trump should have been at that funeral. Donald Trump, Jesse Jackson back in the day, they set the table for America. Donald was a different man. I know there's disagreement. Donald was a different man back then. This old patchy hole in my front of my hand for IVs, hole in my throat to pump life into me. I got to get juiced up like a goddamn iPhone to live life. He wasn't like that back then. He's like that now.
But people change.
Put him on the charger. He's like that
putting
now.
A stoma on this man.
Yeah, put his ass on the charger.
This nigga got a hole in his neck. You out of control, man. Man ain't got no stoma. Chill out, Plat.
So he put the photo on the Obamas. He put the 8-piece on the bomber heads. You know, and then go look at Obama's neck. Like, I don't agree with all that stuff. Obama be talking crazy. Obama be off on some other shit. But that being said, Obama ain't got no holes in his throat, man. Do you know how to put Obama on the charger when y'all get back home from the funeral? Come on, man. What we doing, man? The man done changed.
Everybody changed, man.
I hope he go back to it. Look, Donald, do me a favor. Mr. President, pull out of this war. Tell BB you ain't with us. I'm finna move on, man. My people count more than me. I don't give. Hey, man, I'm out of this. Whatever y'all agree to, y'all agree to. I'm out of here. I gotta go back home. I got Russia over here doing intelligence. I got China. I'm gonna mess around here and hit one of their ships, and then boom, World War III. And we done expended all our stuff over here trying to fight for you. You got to get out of it, and I hope you do that, man. And go back to being Batman, man. Go back to being a billionaire playboy. Forget all of this foolishness, and unite the country, man. We need to come together.
And I gotta say, United States ain't never been united. We just connected by way of states. They got local laws and state laws that don't align with the federal laws. We ain't never been united like that. It just ain't never been. It sound good, especially in politics. It all sound good. But when you get down to it, I mean, he an older dude. All he trying to do is he focus on legacy. That's it.
He trying to run that money up. That's it, man.
He upped his daddy last name. I mean, he upped it. He brought it to the highest point. Ain't nothing you can tell a dude like that. He already up. You need to get where I'm at. Anybody he hung around, it was just like they benefited off of Trump more than he benefited off of them. As far as what the money and power was, he came in the game. You trying to get some. I got it already. But you trying to do, I already did. He can tell you a more player way to do it. You ain't gonna listen to him because, like Charlemagne said, he was on, like, and Dame Dad said it to him. Like, you in here saying that Trump ain't a good businessman because he got 6 failed businesses. He got 100 companies. He a billionaire. He the president. What are you talking about? How could he be a failure and a loser? Like, homie can put in the call and get you off your job if he really made that call. And if it ain't Trump doing it, he can call the right person and you can be off your job tomorrow. You can't talk trash about me. He ain't even got to police the internet. Let it run wild. It's wild out here, man. I get what you said. I'm all for it, but man, people outgrow people, man. Everybody don't supposed to be at you on your level up. I mean, it's an elevator, so it's a flow. Everybody got to get off on at some point. And at 75 years old, ain't too many people gonna rise to the top. Y'all don't deserve to be in my penthouse no more. You didn't move the way I needed you to move when I needed you to move. But when you needed me, I was there for you. I made you look good. You didn't make me look good. I can get you in rooms you can never get in. You can't. I can get in the rooms you can get in. You ain't nothing special about you, big dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ain't nothing special about you. I'm it.
Well,
I hold more weight.
He couldn't do that back then, though. Back in the 80s, he couldn't do that. He was still Trump, but he couldn't get in rooms.
What kind of rooms you talking about? His daddy set him up to get in these rooms.
He couldn't get around the Clintons.
They don't matter to him. The Clintons
at the time they did. No, at the time they didn't. I'm just saying, Trump to a certain degree does have a grievance aspect to him in the sense he's really never fit in. He's a little bit always been from when you say mainstream society or mainstream Hollywood.
He was never,
yeah. By their standard, not by regular people, no, but by their standard, he was not considered one of them.
Yeah, because he thought his money could get him in every room. And he tried to buy the Jets or something like that. He tried to buy one of these NFL franchises.
NFL.
Yeah, and the owners said no. They voted him out. Yeah. So he thought, oh, I got this money. I can get myself in any room. He realized probably at that point, damn, it ain't like that. Because I got all this money behind me. I got a name. I got all of this. And I can't own an NFL team. Well, I'm going to start up my own NFL league. And NFL shut his league down. They ran that nigga out of business.
And that's fine because he still got more money. He still got money just like they got money. If back in the day, if the dudes that own the NFL teams had to go get it out the mud for them to get the team, then they would look down on Trump because he came in the game with bread. He didn't have to hustle like they had to hustle. They childhoods wasn't the same. They got the stories of being poor. Trump don't have that story, homie. We don't relate.
It wasn't about how he got the money. It was about what he said about the product of the NFL. So you going against your own interest, but you think, or what you interested in. So you think you're gonna say whatever you want to say, and then you're gonna be welcomed in that room. Now you may be able to buy yourself in a room for a time or two. Back then, he couldn't do it. NFL was like, nah, dog, we ain't trying to hear from you. Nope. We ain't trying to hear it. Nope. But he had the money, he had the capital. And that's what I would say now. Like you say legacy or whatever like that. I would say this picture right now was probably like the height. Trump could probably walk in any room and be well received. He can't do that now.
Any black room?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Any room, period. And majority sake, he probably would be well received. But now, he ain't gonna be well received in a lot of rooms, black or white.
He don't care. He don't care, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, even though y'all talking about certain rooms, the rooms that matter to him, he got in. He getting his money. I think there's a Netflix documentary that says that Trump by himself is too big to fail.
But what
the
I'm
banks got go ahead.
What I'm saying is his legacy, he leaving it in what state of affairs? Like money is cool. Like I said, I make enough money. I'm sure you make enough money. But to boy, does money move you? Is that all that matters to you is money? Because if it is, then you're right. If that's all that matters, you're right. Everything you're gonna say about Trump, you're right. But your name means something as well.
Yeah.
And so you gonna say that Trump name. What does that mean for his sons, for his daughters? They can't walk in any room now. They can't. They're not gonna be well received.
Certain rooms ain't gonna matter after a certain point in your life. I can tell you, I'm about my bread right now, and I got a plan. When I get home and I start doing what the other things that I got a trademark for, that I've been having a trademark for, the things that I'm building, money ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna have my own money to make my moves, and the rooms that I'm able to get in, cool. If they don't want to deal with me, cool. I'm not gonna be affected because things go still move around here. Things go get done. And as far as my kid goes, either they go understand it or they won't. There's still ways to lock up money, right, that you can't even fight.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's just about money, then you're right, man. Sure, money is money. Money got Elon Musk to give the Department of Defense to give him a $400 million contract. He paid $250 million. He donated $250 million to the campaign. He got that back in a $400 million contract with the Department of Defense.
That makes sense. That makes sense, bro.
If money is it, then sure, you're right, bro. But you said legacy. Legacy is not just about money. Legacy is about your namesake and what you leave behind.
The legacy
and
don't
what you
matter.
leave for your people behind.
His people, not your people.
That's what I'm saying. How Trump, back in this picture with Jesse Jackson, how he could walk in a room, black or white, and be well received at that time, it's totally different now. His legacy has changed, and that affects your offspring and how they go about business and how they go about in the world. Sure, they'll be aligned with certain people that's going to be able to make them money and stuff like that, but your name is still what it is. You still going to go around and people going to boo you. People going to say nasty things about you. And you just like, well, my daddy did that. What they got to do with me? It's because of your name. That's what I'm saying. But the money keep you warm at night for sure. It's gonna keep your lights on, gonna keep your house cool, heated, all the fireplace going, all of that stuff. You'll be good. But the legacy is not just about money. And I think we both know that. It's not just about money. The legacy is more than just money. It's broke people out here in the world that got a great legacy. Gandhi wasn't rich. His legacy is synonymous with his name. It ain't synonymous with the amount of money that he made.
I got you. We got you. Look, Donald Trump decided yesterday not to attend Jesse Jackson's funeral. I believe it was fear. I believe he knew the Obamas, he knew the Bidens, the Clintons were going to be there. He knows that he's had what them investigated. He's accused Obama of treason, and he, instead of him showing up like a man, standing 10 toes down, standing on business, he got scared, man. He ran away. He ran. He ran. He stayed in the cut. No, he stayed in the cut. He stayed in the cut. And he was wrong for that because he knew Jesse Jackson better than any of them other people.
Yeah, and
but you were scared, though, man. You ain't want nobody to call you out. You were scared. And you knew him better. And you scared. What you scared of, man? What you got to be afraid of? It's called life, man. You out here messing with people, they gonna fight back. You don't want them to fight back? What you gonna do with the Ayatollah? You don't even know if you got him or not. You don't know who the Ayatollah is. You scared? What you gonna do, man? You scared? Thought you was a tough guy. Putin lied to you, bro. I thought Putin was your dude. I thought he was your man's. Putin lied to you. Putin giving intelligence. He targeting American ships. Americans are dying because of Vladimir Putin. I thought that was your boy. What's going on with you, Trump? I see your neck, man. You got a hole in your throat, bro.
Platt, chill out, man. Don't put
no,
that on
I
that,
see
man.
what's going on. What's going on with you, man?
Don't put that on that, man. No, that's serious, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm finna go by the drugstore, man. You want me to bring you something back? You want me to grab you something? I'm finna go by the motherfucking CVS, man. I'm gonna bring you some Tylenols. Something going on with your throat, man.
You wild, bro.
We gonna get you right, though, bro. Hey, you know how I'm gonna take care of you, man. I'm gonna get you right, man. You want me to get you some Motrin? I'm gonna bring you a BC, bro. I'm gonna bring you some.
Think something gonna happen to him?
I don't think nothing going to happen to him. I think something happened to his neck. I'm gonna bring him a BC though. I give him a couple of BCs, a little bit of Robitussin. He'll be all right tomorrow.
That'll do it, huh?
That should do it.
Oh man. Nah, man. He said he's the healthiest president ever. After his last checkup, that's what he said, man.
I mean, he out here moving like it. He ain't too old. He's still talking crazy. Still pulling strings.
I knew he was on BS, man, when he gave his measurements. He said he was, I want to say he said he was like 6'2" or 6'3", 235 pounds or something like that. And I'm like, come on, dog. Either you carry it real bad, or nah, you lying, bro.
I mean, his
That's just in my medical opinion. I've seen a lot of different shapes and forms of body. People carry weight in odd ways. But no, he said he was 200 pounds or something like that. It was something low. And I'm like, he got to be about 235. But he said he was like 200. I'm like, ain't no way you 200, dog. Cut it out, man. He just be capping, man. He do a lot of capping.
He was wrong, Jesse Jackson, the fam. He should have showed up, man. So what, man? It's like called life. You live long enough, it's gonna be a funeral. Right now, probably no funeral. You can't even imagine it. Keep living. Hit that 6-0. A couple of divorces. People it's gonna be some people on there that's gonna have issues when you go to the funeral. And then we really messed up with the black community. We be fighting. We talk about insurance. We be we just had I saw a woman on at the funeral thing. She started talking about the wife took her brother down because she was cheating on him. She stood up there in front of all them people and say, Eddie, he was a good dude. That was my brother, but he died because his wife has been sleeping with another man. His wife rushed the stage, man. We got to cut the mic off. You got to have a mute button. at a black funeral, bro. They be saying that they just say stuff.
I mean, she got that right, G. She got the right to stir up the family because most of them probably was on BS anyway. He probably lived a good life, see all the people that came out for him, right? He tried to do right by certain people, even if his wife was cheating. He died still married. She go get what she go get. She probably ain't got nothing personally set up on her situation, so she envious of her brother. I mean, it happens. Everybody be having issues with people. I can't say I don't know where it comes from, but you know, some things carry on from your mamas and your aunties, and they pass it down to the kids.
The mamas and the papas. Is that what you just said?
Now I said aunties, like the moms and aunties. Like I
The
mean,
mamas
it can
and
be
the papas, man. California dreaming. Go ahead, brother.
nah, but that's just what it be. I ain't never seen no problem at my family funeral. I only been to two of them, my grandma and my father. Everybody else, I ain't go.
We need a Trump supporter up here, though, man. You know, and these guys, they come over here and they MAGA and all that, but they scared to come up and defend their position. They look at the Negro and try to tell the Negro. I know so much about the Democratic Party, man. They was the KKK. What about Joe Biden? Man, I can write this stuff. They don't even know what they write. I can write it for them. Joe Biden was at the funeral, though. For all of the people who talk about Joe Biden, he was at the funeral.
At the funeral.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was there praising.
He was there.
Jesse Jackson. He also was the family. He was invited by the family.
Yep.
Joe Biden. Yeah.
Joe Biden then locked up more black people than Trump, but he still went to the funeral, dog.
No. You said black people. He locked up more criminals. He didn't lock me up.
I mean,
he locked up criminals.
I mean,
and
they were criminals.
I know that's a talking point. What should you do? Let him, what should you do? Let them out?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's there.
No,
criminals, but
yeah,
the criminals have an ethnicity.
I got you. Hold up. This ain't about you.
Yeah.
If you're a businessman and you got a business, say you got a little soul food business, you put about $50,000. You got the place, you got a grant. You had 50 and they gave you another 50, 100K. You grew up, you real good, your wife real good. Soul food, that's your thing. You open up a little soul food place, you know you're gonna have to mostly open it up in the hood. So you open it up. You advertise and you running a business. You can't make no money with people in there thugging it up because they run away customers. People coming in there acting like thugs, stealing, fighting, yelling, they're gonna put you out of business. So they went to Joe Biden and said, we gotta do something about what's going on. The drugs and all that. So he put them rules out there. Yeah, a lot of people got locked up. They were fucking criminals. And they should have been locked up. Don't give me that stuff about Biden. He did the right thing.
No,
you know who wasn't at the funeral? Donald Trump.
I agree with you. He did do the right thing. But I'm saying even that, he still walked in the room. He was still in the room.
Man,
and Donald Trump was afraid to come in front of some rich old former presidents because they might hurt his widow feelings.
They would have dressed him down at that podium.
I thought this was the tough guy. Tough as nails billionaire. Chews on KFC. Grabs women by the, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was that dude. He was scared, man.
Man, I can't believe that one. I can't believe that. Cause he got too much power to do almost anything. I mean, if you talking about X reaching out to any social media network, Like he got a little power. He can make certain moves if he wanted to. I ain't no need to be amongst a whole bunch of fake people that wasn't his friend. I ain't even gotta be there. He could have possibly went after the fact that nobody knows. It's just not on TV. There is no photo ops. They shut it down. They let everybody go home. And Jesse, I mean, and his situation was personal. He didn't have to be around everybody. He had to make a spectacle. It's his friend. If he the friend like you say, he didn't. Nobody needs to be there. It's just me and Jesse. Let me talk to him. I'm just there's ways to look at it, but I don't know, man. Everybody that you mentioned as far as these presidents, I ain't never won when they was in power. Personally, I ain't never won. That's just me.
Well, I'm gonna call it out, man. The man wrong. He wrong, and I'm looking forward. If it hadn't happened already, when he does the ceremony at Dover, as they bring the 6 soldiers, and from what I hear, they say it's 2,000. The casualty counts went up to 2,000. That's what I hear. 197, 450 black, 1,400 white service members, and specifically 487 service members of that 1,400. So I'm looking forward to him receiving these dead bodies, and I want to see these black parents. I want to see all these African-American black parents. I want to see what they got to say about Donald Trump. Can he stand in front of them and hand them their dead fucking relative and a flag? And I want to see them say that's worth it. Or are they going to stand up and say something? Are they going to go to the press, which you can? You can go right from that press conference to the press. You can go right from that handshake to the press. Yes, you can. You're a Gold Star family. He's going to dismiss probably about 3. But if you're talking about 400, it's going to be hard to do that one, Mr. President. Oh, it's going to be hard to tell all them people they kid is dead, that you the bestest, and we gonna fight. That ain't gonna work with them.
I mean, that's what they signed up for, G.
No, they didn't. That's it. No, they didn't.
They didn't sign up to go to war at any given time.
They didn't sign up to be disrespected by the president.
Well, how did they get disrespected?
His policies, the way he operates.
I would just say
they signed up for military, man.
Just
they gotta
recently,
take whatever comes with that.
I would just say just recently how they just politicized their deaths, right? And this comes from the people that Trump appointed to be secretaries of departments and stuff like that, to say, we don't need to focus on the death of these American soldiers and have it all in the news. Why not? Why can't we as a country focus on the deaths of those service members?
But yet
we should be focused on the amount of bombs that was dropped. Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about them bombs too, but we gonna talk about the lives that were just lost in this operation. Because he hasn't declared a war yet, but yet all his understudies that get in front of a podium, Stephen Miller, Pete Hegseth, they all use the terminology and the framing of war, and they say war out of their own mouths. But you're going to get on there and say people that were lost in a conflict between these two countries, and we're going to say, well, let's not focus on them. Let's focus on what we're doing to that country. No, we need to focus on the people we lost. And how did it come to that?
Man, bro, like right now, as we talk about this, there's a kid that is deciding to go to the military on his own free will because he has no resources, no opportunity,
Oh, I
and
disagree.
nobody in his family that's gonna put him in position that he
Oh,
want to be
I,
in.
I don't believe.
That's not everybody in the military though,
Yeah,
Tabor.
but I
I
don't.
didn't say it was. I'm just
Tabor,
saying. Go ahead.
Tabor, I don't believe that's true right now. There ain't very many people hopping in now, right as we speak. They ain't trying to join the military, man. Now we're in
I
the
Yeah,
mean,
midst.
the recruiting numbers are down.
Yeah,
and
we're in the midst of a war. Why would you want to join? You probably gonna get sent to some type of support team. You don't want to be boots on the ground in Iran. Can you imagine that?
I get what you're saying, but most likely they're not going. Those people that just signed up when the war started, 9/11 happened in 2001. In 02, man, there was a couple hundred people at my school that was thinking about going, and there
That's
was like at least
9/11,
100
man.
that
You,
went.
you're comparing it to this is a war
I,
of choice. This is Trump's war. This is a person Trump decided to pick a war. He did that. This is a war of choice, a war of convenience. Very few people want to give their lives to those types of wars.
they signed up for it, G.
No, they
That's what they
didn't.
signed up for.
They didn't. No.
Man,
They ain't
they
signed up for
listen.
that, man.
It ain't that I'm not compassionate towards it. Is you go to the military, the worst that could happen is you go to war. It happened. You can't tell me all the other wars was just like that. Was ain't our business. We ain't fighting no. Besides the Civil War, we ain't had no war on our land. We go other places and destroy and take. That's the world. That's the way it's been working. So if you want to sign up for it, you go sign up. But there got to be a couple cats that's still going into the military this year. School about to end. Them
I
boys ain't
just
got no plan.
I find it ironic, to say the least, that the sitting president spoke of a former president to say he's going to put us in a war with Iran because he doesn't know how to follow through, or he doesn't know how to negotiate a business deal. But yet, we, current state, don't know how to negotiate a business deal.
Everybody ain't
And
going for
so
his terms.
everything that he said about a former president, he has now become. You live longer. What's the saying? You live long enough to become the villain.
Mm.
That's what Trump has become, man. He has lived long enough to become the villain.
But he's always been a villain to somebody. You are a villain to somebody. You probably just don't know it. There's a story about you that you have no clue about. You just never heard of it.
That sound good, but I'm not the president of the United States.
And you
You see
you
what I'm
putting a lot.
saying?
I get that. I get that, fam. But you putting a lot on somebody that and you don't even know the particulars.
I'm not putting a lot on somebody. I am using his words to say what he said. That's what he said. He said it. It's all documented. He's been in plenty of cameras and been outspoken. That's the one thing I'll give him. He not tongue in cheek. He outspoken. He gonna say what he want to say, and whether it's calculated or miscalculated, it's documented. So when somebody can pull up a quote or pull up a video of you saying this and then ask you a question about it, and then you have no dignified response to that, then it's like, okay, so you just talking out your ass. So you just been a guy that talked out your ass all throughout your life. And that's cool. If that's who you are, we've identified it, we know who you are, and that's cool.
So that's like saying somebody on in your personal life, president or not, in your personal life, somebody that was close to you told you they was go do something and end up changing how they felt about it and gave you a different answer the next time or when it was time to execute.
What's the significance of it? Does it cost me something? Does it cost me my family member's life? What's the
It can cost
significance
you the
of it?
it can cost you the relationship.
If I told you, Tabor, I got you, man. I'm gonna give you that $1. I got you. and then I don't give it to you, and you like, man, come on, bruh.
I ain't gonna rock with you no more.
And I'm gonna be like, damn, on $1.
On
But
$1.
for and so what you saying, you're not gonna rock with. That's the same thing I'm saying with Trump. Trump has said it repeatedly out his own mouth, what he will not do, how he'll handle the situation, and then he go back on the situation. Now, when he speak on some things, maybe he don't understand the full brevity of the situation at hand. Things change, right? But when somebody then question you and ask you, well, this is what you thought at this point in time. Oh, yeah, I changed my stance on it. I changed my mind. This is what we got to do. He even sat at a podium during a debate with Kamala Harris and said she will put us in war with Iran. He said that to her, to the American people during the debate.
That's what she said?
No, he said that to her. He said that about her. She will put us in a war with Iran. That's what our current president said about a presidential candidate in Kamala Harris.
So if this was
and now he has us in the war that he said somebody else would put us in.
If this was your own personal situation with your family and you had to make a decision that goes back on your founding decision based on what it overall is, people just gonna be mad about it. They just gonna be mad, bro. You can't stop that. You can tell your wife you go get her the house, your hours are looking good. Then when you start putting the numbers together, you realize, oh, instead of working 60, I need to do 80. I need to work 80 hours a week for the next year and a half to make sure that we get where we going, no matter how anybody feel.
If you got to work 80 hours a week, you don't need a house.
I'm just saying, G.
You're gonna be at the job. You might as well get a sleeping bag, sleep in the car, because you're gonna always be at the job.
Okay, and if it's 40 to 60, but at the same time, what needs to be done, fam. Everybody signed up with it for it. You ain't got no choice. If you the head of the household, your wife either can roll with it or we don't get the highs. If it's 40 to 60 hours, if you got to get a second job.
I mean, you can, but most people, that's too hard to do, man. Basically, all you doing is work.
Sleeping and working.
Yep, that's all you doing.
Yeah, but we talk about getting to the outcome that you want.
Yeah, but you talking about a week, man, about the 5 weeks, that's going to mess with you.
Yeah, you be done, man.
Some people built for it.
That's probably for everybody, but
listen, I kid y'all boys not. Me personally, at 24, what got me in a better position is the hours that I put in. I put in 100.
What you drive, right?
I'm talking about before I drove.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about working. I was doing a project for DuPont out in Houston, Texas, for Pemex Oil out of Mexico. They had a process they was doing. They was trying to get the process from 6 months down to 3 months. We hit the 3. Then they wanted to do it every month like that. So the same 400 pipes they did in 6 months, they wanted to do in 3 months, 90 days, and then they wanted to get it down to like 28 days. Bro, I moved down the street from the facility. Me personally, I got in early. I spoke to the boss. I said, bro, let me come in at 3, 4 o'clock. His name was Mr. Jeremy. It's called High Timco. Let me come in 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Let me pull the pipes out the oven so they cool down, so that way when DuPont come, we can just spray and keep it moving. I did that. And I did it consistently for months. I worked 80, 90 hours for months. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't making the change. I got the opportunity. I know that I got the knowledge.
But what was your lifestyle at that point? I get it. You worked the hours. What was your lifestyle?
You talking about when I went out and kicked it and chilled?
No, I'm talking about you working. Let's use a round figure. You said 80 to what? 90 hours. So let's
80 to 90 hours. I didn't hit 100, but keep going.
Okay, so let's go with the top end. Let's say 100. You working 100 hours a week. It's 4 weeks in a month, so you working 400 hours a month. What was your lifestyle like? What else did you have to do? Can you recall points in time where you just burnt out? You just go home and you sleeping for hours on end, or you're stressed out, you're sick? You're not eating well. You're not sleeping well. Can you remember those points, or do you
Yes,
just
I
remember the
can.
end?
It was a pivotal moment in my life right before my kid. Homie, all I did was eat, sleep, and work. I was out in life. I didn't have time to sleep. Sleep for what? I was broke. I'll be damned if I get an opportunity and not turn up on every aspect, bro. I was going to add value to the situation because that's what I was there for. They gave me the opportunity. That's just me. I don't care to go outside and have no fun. I didn't care to kick it with no friends. I got the car I want. I got the apartment I want. I got the money in my pocket. And when it was time to go out, it was a few cats I was able to call to slide right in the club. I'm sitting on 22s at 24 with long hair. I was moving the way I
Help me
wanted
with
to
help.
move.
I'm
That's
confused
me.
now.
Go ahead.
I'm confused. What does that mean?
What you mean?
You sitting on 22s with long hair?
My hair was longer. I wasn't stressed out. My hair was growing. I got the car on the rims that I want. I'm moving how I want to move.
Okay.
It didn't matter
All right.
what anybody. It didn't matter what nobody was saying. I went to go get it in for the D. I'm D. My name David, right? I call myself the D
I
sometimes.
got you.
Right?
No, I got you, bro.
So
I got you.
that's just me moving, fam. It didn't matter. I would put in that work. I do it now in trucking. I got the opportunity. Somebody gave me the opportunity. I've been down for too long, fam. I don't want to sleep.
I don't even know if you
go ahead.
can physically work 90 hours in a week. How can you do that? You said you did. How?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Listen.
What, you working like 14-hour shifts or something?
Even to this day, fam, I can work a 12-hour day off of 4 to 5 hours worth of sleep.
That ain't safe, man. Don't do that in the truck, bro.
I'm telling you what I'm capable of doing. I don't do it. I'm telling you what I'm capable of doing, fam. This is the way I moved back then. We talking about somebody that was energetic. It sounds unbelievable, bro. If you wake up at 3 a.m., my work was hard. I just had to go in. On the clock, it says that I'm working 100 hours. If we talking about physical labor, like really working, bro, it probably was only 24 hours out that whole week. Physical labor. The rest was just move this, move that.
I don't see how you can do it. I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible.
Bro, it's not. It's not.
You got to get, hold up.
It's
You got to
not.
get home. Wait a minute. You got to get home. You got to shower. You got to get up. You got to eat. Then you got to go back to work. You don't even have enough time to get home, shower, shave, eat. You don't, because when you factor that in, you can't do it. Now, if you sleep in your car and you don't care, you don't shower, you don't care about that, then you can do it. But
that's not true.
No, you got to get home. You got that call. Sometimes there's a wreck. There's delays. That's going to eat into, you say I'm only going to give 5 hours downtime before I go back to work. It might take you an hour to get home.
Gee, I moved 5 miles down from where I work, G. And I get where you trying to put it at for yourself. That's not me, fam. I'm telling you my work ethic personally. I'm telling you what I did personally.
I would say commendable for sure. Hey, I respect it. That's what you had to do for your current situation. That's not sustainable.
Past situation.
Yeah, it's not sustainable by any means. But hey, you had to do what you had to do for a period of time. You made it through. But but both of us talking, dog, you know that's not sustainable.
Listen, when you talking about what is sustainable, you didn't know the particulars of the job. A lot of things, me getting up and driving to the place and unloading some pipes, all I had to do was hook up a forklift and drag them out the oven. I'm sitting waiting 3-4 hours for everybody else to get in.
You were asleep during that time then?
I was sleeping. And then next thing, but I'm getting paid. So there's ways that, and then I live 5 miles down.
Hold on.
So you sleeping more than 4 or 5 hours a day then.
Boy, you're right. If you can sleep on the job, if you can sleep on the job, you could do a night 100 hours.
Yo, but my check said what it's saying. So it's ways to move within the situation.
Look at how we investigated.
So you ain't really work 100 hours in a week. You probably work.
I wouldn't.
Let's say
25
70 hours in a week, and you could have slept the other 30 or something like that.
And overall, you talking about sleeping maybe 40 of those hours.
You ever did day labor?
That's how I got the job.
Oh,
I was
okay.
working for a staffing agency. I went and bust my ass for 2 days. Mr. Jeremy came to me. His name is Jeremy Parker, High Temco Southwest, Houston, Texas. He came to me. He's like, David, I like the way you work. I was hungry. I was young. I was down. I hung around the cats that didn't have nothing going on. The conversation didn't go nowhere. We talking about dumb. We can't get no money. We can smoke. We can drink. But we ain't got nothing. I shouldn't have to bum off of no cat. I'll be damned if I bum off of anybody to this day.
You
I
right.
could never be down now. My credit is too high. I know
I heard
exactly
that.
what to do.
You
I
good?
get some.
Hey, look,
Go
but
ahead.
you good, Jr. You good, Jr. With the $50 bomb, and Tabor. I mean, come on, this man is 25 every time he pull up. Shout out to you, brother.
You letting me
Shout-
vent? Gee, I gotta respect the game. That's just me.
Well, you certainly have paid your way, brother. So you'll get no interruption over here. But on this particular topic, we got to close it out. I looked at the clock. I didn't know we ain't even 1 o'clock over here. So we might go live later on. We certainly going to look at that funeral because I'm looking if Condi's going to be a part of that. So we will be back if it's possible.
It's going on tonight.
Today, I don't know what time. You can go probably, I got to look it up. It's happening today.
Well,
And I
I'm
know-
gonna be shutting down. in a
I
couple
can
hours,
tell
so.
you absolutely guaranteed Fox News is going to cover it. MSNBC, CNN might
You crazy as hell, Plant.
no, CNN might look at it for a minute and then go to the baseball game.
You
Fox is
crazy
gonna
as
cover it.
hell, man.
Fox
He said,
gonna
I
cover
appreciate
it.
you, though.
Fox
I
News gonna
appreciate you,
cover
G.
it.
I ain't gonna hold you.
You know what they did yesterday, man? When they
Fox is ridiculous now.
had to wait, bro. They
They
had
are
some
ridiculous.
random
Fox,
shit on
hold on.
TV.
Fox News. Good. They are ridiculous.
They crazy as hell,
Do
man.
you see what they doing now?
They crazy, Plant.
They championing Trump. They talking crazy, man. Everything. He's destroying it and destroying buildings and boom. And this war will be over tomorrow. I'd be surprised if they haven't given up. And you like, wait, what? What's going on?
What the hell is going on, man? That's what I be saying.
Oh, Fox News is on they bullshit.
I was looking at it yesterday. You know, CNN had it on, MSNBC had it on. I looked at my wife. I said, let's see if Fox got it on. Put on Fox. Man, Fox had it on some random stuff. I said, damn, crazy, man.
They're gonna cover this funeral thing because they real big on military.
Oh yeah, they should.
Be on YouTube.
Yeah, they should carry
Catch
the thing. Yeah, we're bringing them soldiers on.
And Trump is accused of saying people who die for their country are suckers. Now that came from the general. That came from him. They're gonna
Yep.
bring that quote up. Okay, he said it.
They're not gonna bring that up during
Bullshit.
that
Okay,
process.
you're right.
man.
You're right. They're gonna forget about it. My fault. I stand corrected, but we got to get out of here.
Dignified exchange. They bring that up, boy. They
I got you. Look, like, share, support, man. We got the Cash App. We got the Super Chat. Some kind of way, I don't know. Magically, we went over 8,000 subs. You know, we're going to keep it going, man. If you can, subscribe to the channel. We're going to get into this. We might be back tonight. Take care.